Hello, chat. Let me know if you can hear me. How are we doing? Happy Thursday. Happy New Year's to everybody in chat. Happy January 2nd to David. It's midnight there. Why are you watching me stream right now? What are you doing? I mean, I appreciate it, of course. Hello, hello, hello. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. What's up, Connor, Audie? Who else we got in here? WWM ITX. Are you excited for Tomodachi Life Living the Dream? Yes, I am, as we will get to. So, I want to start streaming more in 2026. I thought it would be fun to do a big old 2026 kind of look ahead stream talking about games we're excited for. For Nintendo first, we'll do Nintendo first, kind of rank them by excitement level. Then we'll talk about the rest of the industry. But also, usually every year I do a video kind of like predicting all the release dates for everything, games that don't have release dates, and also predicting games that we don't know about. I thought that would be fun to do on this stream. What else did I have planned? I have a little document here. We'll just go over the year. Oh, we'll talk about when there's going to be a Nintendo Direct, of course. I think I've already seen a couple people on Twitter being like, "Oh, it's January 1st. Start getting your Nintendo Direct predictions ready." I hope you feel better soon, Real Brawls. What's up, Inferno Lycan? What's up, Greek the Geek? Hello, hello, hello. Watching Sopranos, nice. That's one of those shows I just have not watched, you know? I really got to do that. I love me some drama. How was everybody's New Year's? To be honest, me and Olivia, we didn't do much. Our roommate moved out, so last night we were kind of just cleaning up the basement and getting everything ready to go. We watched the Stranger Things finale. It was fine, I guess. But we didn't go out or do anything. A lot of fireworks in my neighborhood. Playing Bully on the Steam Deck, nice. I've never played Bully. Is that on PS4? Have they like ported that like on the PS4 emulation side of things? Set up my Steam Deck OLED and went to sleep. That's a good New Year's right there. What's up, Tsukino? Hello, hello, hello. Mario Golf with Friends, very nice. Kirby Air Riders, nice, Connor. Heck yeah, you love to hear it. It is on PS4. Okay, yeah, because they did the whole like PS2 on PS4 emulation. What's up, Omega? Assassin's Creed Shadows. Are you playing it on Switch 2? I played a little bit of the Switch 2 version, and like the visual fidelity of it I thought was really good, but then like the frame rate I wasn't super in love with. Direct has to be February. We will talk about the Direct later, Connor. I do think there will be one in February, though. Spoiler alert for that conversation. Monster Hunter Stories 3. Yeah, so we're going to see how the streaming goes. I like the idea of streaming Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 leading up to Monster Hunter Stories 3, but I know those are long games, so I don't know if that's going to happen. But I never really, I played a little bit of 2. I would like to actually play through them and get ready with that. But the first thing we're going to do on this stream is we are going to rank all of the games that we have confirmed for 2026 from Nintendo by our excitement level. So let me switch over. I think it would be this one. Yes, there it is. Perfect. Let me know if you can still hear me. It's a different, stream setting here. And we'll just kind of rank everything that we know about by excitement level. I'm sorry, WWM. I'm just going to call you Rowlet. I'm sorry, Rowlet. We'll talk about the Direct in a bit. But I wanted to rank these. My last tier list was so popular. People were, they agreed with me so much for my 2025 games ranking. So I figured, why not do another tier list in the new year, see what people say about this. I got a lot of hate on that video. But it wasn't even for, like, saying that Bonanza was B tier. It was for saying, like, that Metroid Prime 4 was an S tier. And I'm like, well, that seems to be, like, the consensus. I don't know. Also, yeah, happy birthday to Omega in chat. Legend. And if you're not already in the Discord server, make sure you join that. The invite link should be in the description. Tier list comment section actually made me sick. Adi, I'm going to be real with you. And I'm just going to be real with everybody in chat right now. When I post a video like that, I barely look at the comments anymore. Because I just know, no matter what, since the Switch 2 came out, it's just horrible. You put an opinion out there that's positive, you're gonna get it obliterated. You put a negative opinion out there, Nintendo fans are gonna come at you. So, I didn't. I don't even look at the comments on videos like that anymore, to be honest. Um, but I did see a couple, and yeah, it was rough in there. But let's go ahead and start ranking our 2026 games. Hey, I try to reply to the ones I recognize, Rowlet. I'm just gonna call you Rowlet. Usually it's like the beginning of like when I first post the video, I'll check for like the first 10 minutes, and usually those comments are pretty civil. But after that, I duck out of there. Hey, what's up, Don? Welcome to the stream. We are about to rank our anticipated games for the Switch 2. Or really, I guess just every first party game from Nintendo. Oh, one last thing about the tier list I did last week or 2 weeks ago, ranking the games. I did forget Fire Emblem Shadows. There were a couple comments being like, dude, you forgot Fire Emblem Shadows. You forgot Fire Emblem Shadows. That is totally true. That is on me. Fire Emblem Shadows would be like F tier. That game sucks. That game was really disappointing. I mean, it's hard to be disappointed by something that was, shadow dropped out of nowhere. We had no anticipation for it. But I played it for like a day and I did not like it. And I enjoy a good Fire Emblem Heroes every once in a while, but Fire Emblem Shadows, not it. That game was not it. But let's see here. I think if I yes, beautiful. Yes. Let me actually I guess this looks good. Yeah, I don't need to resize this or anything. Animal Crossing New Horizons Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Are you guys excited for this? So this is releasing very soon in 2 weeks on what, the 16th I want to say, or the 15th, something like that. Are we excited for New Horizons? When they first announced it and they announced the 3.0 update, I was like, "Whoa, that's very exciting. That's cool." But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, "Well, that really does mean that the next new Animal Crossing is further off." And also, I don't know if I'm gonna be going back to my old island. I'm sure I will check it out for a little bit, but I don't know if I'm like doing a full 30-hour playthrough, putting serious time into New Horizons again. So I would actually say we might be starting off with one of the lowest games on my excitement meter. It's a $5 update. The free update with the meaningful content, that's free, so that's good. I think they're doing it the right way, instead of paying for that content. But honestly, for me, I'm kind of feeling D tier. Not that it's not exciting. I'm sure Animal Crossing fans are very happy that they're getting something right after so long. But I just don't know if I personally see myself putting this much time into it, especially when we have two other cozy games from Nintendo on this list that I'm much more excited for, that are coming out in seemingly pretty close proximity. So I think this is low. Thank you for the benefit of the doubt, Dan. Yeah, like the sales prediction that I was off on, but that's because, well, I was wrong about when they released it. I really thought March was going to happen. There were a couple other things. Nintendo is hard to predict, but that's why it's fun. I mean, I've been doing the 10 predictions for Nintendo in X year for several years now. So it's a fun tradition. A new update after 4.5 years is kind of nuts. Yeah, I mean, is that a similar time frame for 8 Deluxe and the Booster Course Pass? I wonder, like, does this pave the way for more updates moving forward? Like, are we gonna get more updates on this game now that the Switch 2 edition is out, or are they actually just dumping this and then they're moving on to the next game in a couple of years? Yeah, Brayden, this is only going to be first party games. I've got all the first party games already in here. We will talk about the rest of the year later, though. I just probably won't rank them in this way specifically. This is going to end up being cut out and put up as a video on the channel. Similar timeline to New Leaf. Oh, with the Welcome Amiibo update? Well, no, because that was 2012 in Japan to 2016. 4 years. This is almost 6 years. That last update was supposed to be the last one. Yeah, they hyped it up as like this is the final update. What's up, Mercenary? It is nice to have the Switch 2 versions physically. Yeah, like I'll pick this up. I mean, I'm a collector. I'm gonna buy this. I will check it out. I might do a video being like, okay, revisiting my deserted island on the Switch 2 because I have not played New Horizons probably since April of 2020. I never went back for Happy Home Paradise. It just didn't hit the same way that New Leaf did. I don't know if that's like a quality issue with the game itself. I think it might have just been me. I mean, I was very busy working retail at the time, and that was a rough time for retail. Um, so it just didn't quite hit the way that it did for a lot of other people. For me, I don't think. But yeah, I think I'm D tier on this. It's also just low stakes. I mean, it is a Switch 2 edition, so like, who really? It's not the biggest deal in the world. Next up, we do have Mario Tennis Fever. And actually, before that, I do want to go over real quick to my Twitter account. Hold on, I gotta find it. Last night, so I actually did it at 9 p.m. my time. I cheated on West Coast. I tweeted out every game they're releasing, just being like, "It's officially the year of Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. It's officially the year of Duskbloods." Just because I was curious to see which one would get the most traction, like which games are people really excited for. To my surprise, Mario Tennis Fever did pretty well. that got 194 likes. People are pretty excited for that. Tomodachi Life only got 58. Fire Emblem got 98 likes. Rhythm Heaven 22 likes. So Rhythm Heaven, people are sleeping on Rhythm Heaven. Pokopia, Duskbloods 200 likes. But yeah, Yoshi has a 700 likes, and then freaking Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, for some reason, has 960. So out of all the tweets I did for all those games, people are really excited for Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition meetup in Bella Bell Park. At first, I was just gonna tweet about Tomodachi Life because that's the one I'm most excited for. Spoiler alert for the tier list. But then I was like, it'd be funny if I just did this exact tweet for for everything. But let me skip back to the tier list here. Okay, Mario Tennis Fever. I actually really like Mario Tennis Aces. This is pretty. I don't know if it's A tier. The story mode looks really cool. We got Baby Waluigi now. Tennis Aces is the best sports game on Switch. I guess I need to see more of what the all the rackets are, because there's all these different rackets, and then also what does the post-launch life of this game actually look like. I would probably put this in B tier, just based on what I expect to get out of it. I really enjoyed Aces for a couple weeks. Every once in a while, I'll go back to it, but I'm just not sure if am I ever gonna play one of these Mario sports games and be blown away. I feel like I'm gonna be like, okay, that was really fun for a week or two. It doesn't look like it's really evolving that much from Mario Tennis Aces, especially visually. I mean, visually, it looks identical to me. I'm sure if you put them side by side, they do look quite a bit better. But Aces was the actual core gameplay mechanics of Aces was really good. So if they're just taking that and then adding more on top of it with hopefully a better story mode. I mean, the story mode in Aces was fine. But if the story mode's actually really good and really engaging, and then also you have what are they? It's the Fever Rackets, right? They're calling them the Fever Rackets. Put a good roster in there. I guess this will be our first test of how Nintendo is handling the free updates for games like this on Switch 2. In fact, we haven't. When was the last Nintendo game with free updates like this? Battle League was 2022. Switch Sports, same year. Has it been that long since we had one of these more consistent free update kind of games? I guess Splatoon 3 was also 2022. But even that, Splatoon 3 handled it a little weird. Mario Golf. Mario Golf was before Strikers. I wonder if they've learned their lesson. Especially with Kirby Air Riders and Sakurai being yeah, this is such a complete game. We're not going to update it. I'm sure that's just a Sakurai thing, but I wonder what their pipeline's going to be for Mario Tennis Fever. I don't think free updates are bad. You just have to make sure there's enough content there on day one to keep people busy, especially since this is our first $70 Mario sports game, which is definitely a tall asking price for something like this. I'm excited for it, but I would say it's B tier. That's where I would put that. What about you guys? I feel like this is about right. Maybe some people would put it down here, but free updates are better than paid DLC. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't think they have, because everything that they released in 2024 was one and done. Emio, Princess Peach. Endless Ocean didn't. Well, Endless Ocean got something, didn't it? There was some weird weekly events in Endless Ocean. It's easily behind Virtual Boy for you in February. Well, let's talk about Virtual Boy. I thought it'd be fun to rank this because, technically it's something they're releasing. I did pre-order my Virtual Boy. Where would we rank Virtual Boy? I have played with a Virtual Boy. I don't have too much experience with it. I don't own one, but I have played Virtual Boy games before. Galactic Pinball is pretty fun. Telero Boxer. Of course, people love Wario Land. Mario Tennis is fine. Mario's Tennis, I should say. For the novelty, this is like A tier just because it's so cool to me that they're re-releasing this. And also the fact that, Virtual Boy, I remember on the 3DS, we were like, okay, when are we getting Virtual Boy games on 3DS? That still would have been better than this, I think. But also this way we're getting the actual physical unit. You can put your Switch in there. People are gonna realize the games aren't that great. But if you're like a true Nintendo fan, if you're really in the weeds of Nintendo history, this is such a cool thing that they're doing, you know? They didn't need to do this. And you see all these people on Twitter being like, this is ridiculous. Why would they do this? They're just milking stuff." No, they're doing this for the love of the game. This is purely for the love of the game. My microphone is falling. I would probably put this in B tier also, because realistically, like, how much am I actually going to play these games? I'll play through Wario Land. I've never fully played through that. I'll mess around with Jack Bros when they add that. I need to pull up the list of games they confirmed for it. Give me a second. I need to see what else coming to the service, because it's basically every game, I think, right? Okay, you should be able to see this. Oh, God. Let me mute this. I just want to see what the full lineup is looking like. And yes, Omega, they will definitely be drip feeding these, I'm sure. Come on, it's Nintendo Switch Online. Did they not show the... Oh, here it is. Okay, cool. So we have Wario Land, Galactic Pinball, Red Alarm I've never played, Box is cool, Mario's Tennis is fine, Jack Bros, fun fact for you, this is the first Megami Tensei game that ever got localized. Vertical Force, Mario Clash Golf, Virtual Bowling. So they even have the Japanese games on here. I don't even know what this one is right here. It's like a horror game or something? What is that? You have the Space Invaders Virtual Collection, V Tetris, and 3D Tetris. 14 games to be released over time, so this is something that they are going to drip feed, hopefully over the course of just 2026, but will they take longer than that? Probably. It feels like a threat. It does kind of feel like a threat. Yeah, they're gonna attack us. That horror game is apparently fantastic. What's it called, Omega? I feel like I might have heard of it. But of these, like, genuinely, what am I gonna play? I'm gonna play Wario Land. I'll beat Wario Lands. I'll beat Jack Bros. And I'll mess around with Galactic Pinball and Mario's Tennis and Mario Clash, and that's probably it. Maybe this horror game, although I guess it would depend on how much reading there is, but it's in Japanese. I wish for the NSO games, like, how much would it really cost them to just localize them? Like, they put the Starfy games on GBA, and then they just didn't translate them. And I'm like, okay, well, that would have been nice. That'd be awesome if they actually just translated them. But yeah, I'm actually, from like the really just the Nintendo fan side of things, like, I'm pretty excited about this. Maybe it's not quite fair to rank it against actual games, but I would say B tier. I'm excited to get this in the mail and mess around with it. I did also pre-order the cardboard headset as well as the the plastic one, which I'm curious how will that work with like the VR games? I guess it would depend on how the lenses are, but if I put Breath of the Wild Switch 1 edition, which has the VR mode, into the Virtual Boy headset with my Switch 2, would that mode then work? I'm excited to just try stuff out. Or even like, because people are saying you need to buy this headset to play them. Is that really true? Are they really going to lock it if you don't have it in the unit itself? I feel like you can play these in 2D and they're just being weird about it. But I guess we'll see. What's up, Nintendo Mania? Happy New Year to you. Also, Jeffrey, thank you. I appreciate you. Persona 30th anniversary. Do you think we are going to get Persona 4 Revival on Switch 2 day and date? I do think so. I think that'll happen. Did you guys see there was like a tease for Fitness Boxing Persona 5 or something? Hope this means we get DS next in 2027. I hope so. I feel like we'll get Wii next. I don't know why. I'm just feeling Wii first. Probably not this year though, probably 2027, and then DS. maybe in like 2028. Eventually, it's all gonna come though, and I'm patient. Like I mean, they're old games. I'm not like in a rush to play them. Okay, and then we have I need to find Pocopia. That would be the next game that we have a release date for. In fact, the only other game we have a release date for. Did I not put Pocopia on here? Oh, it's hiding under Animal Crossing. They won't give us the DS. Nah, they got to do DS eventually. They'll figure it out. We might be redundant. I think we has a lot on there that is still important, especially Prime 3. we got it. We got to get Prime 2 and 3 finally. Persona 5 Fitness Boxing wasn't leaked. It was Imagineer teasing it, I think, on their Twitter account. Okay, Pokemon Pocopia. Let's rank this based on how excited we are. I have very mixed feelings about this game. I love Dragon Quest Builders. It's the same team doing it. However, what they've shown has me very skeptical, specifically the fact that there seemingly is no combat, which I think is such an integral part of Dragon Quest Builders. And the gameplay loop of leaving your little village, fighting some monsters, getting some materials. In this, maybe this feels more like creative mode, right? This has S tier potential. This could be a game I put literally hundreds of hours into it. But what they've shown so far, I'm feeling weird about it. I feel like there's something missing, but maybe they just haven't shown it. I think this game is going to be huge, very popular. I'm just not sure if it's missing that combat element. What is it going to be for me? Because they've shown a little bit of like you're doing requests for the Pokemon and you're going out into the world and you're gathering materials for them, I guess, is the main thing. But other than that, like what is really the gimmick here? Or like the gameplay, I should say. Just building the town? You think they're holding off on something, Don? See, here's the thing though. I feel like we've said that about every game. We've been saying that about every game for the past year when it comes to Nintendo. Mario Kart World, they're hiding something. Then we get the Direct, and there was nothing. Then Bonanza, I guess Bonanza, they kind of were. Legends ZA, certainly they weren't hiding anything. I feel like I've been burned on that recently. Pocopia is going to be very fun, though. I'm thinking A tier. This has such high potential. Like, this has the highest of high potential for this year for me. But what they've shown so far, I'm just a little iffy on. Plus, it's a key card. I mean, how could we support that, you know? But yeah, I would say A tier. If it hits at the right time, which I think it is, it's early March, which, like, there's really nothing else coming out around that time except for Fatal Frame for me. I'm gonna be playing a lot of Pocopia at that time, if the gameplay is if it has enough of a hook, you know? Pocopia is going to be the perfect couple game. Yeah, I predict that this game is going to be huge. In my predictions video I posted this morning, my 10 predictions for 2026, one of my predictions kind of, you know, not very specific. I was like, Tomodachi Life is going to be huge, take the world by storm, take the internet by storm. Pocopia also could do that, especially with the anniversary. It's coming out a couple days after Pokemon Day, and every time we get to Pokemon Day, I'm always like extremely itching, you know, for any sort of Pokemon. So I'll probably replay a mainline game, but then also this comes out a week later. It's the perfect storm. Are you planning on playing Fatal Frame on Switch 2 or PS5? Probably PS5. I requested a code for it. They put out the code request back in like October for some reason. I think I requested it on PS5. I might get the Switch 2 version, check it out, and see how it runs, but probably PS5. Yeah, the Pocopia lore is crazy. There's it's Fuchsia City, right? Like destroyed, post-apocalyptic Fuchsia City or something. It's all destroyed. Because when they revealed this game, I was like, oh, it looks like Let's Go. And it does. It has like the same aesthetic of Let's Go, kind of. So yeah, Pocopia. I think Pocopia is going to be fun. I just hope it has something that really keeps me engaged, like Fantasy Life that earlier this year did. Fantasy Life had so much going on. Next up, I gotta find it. Where is it? It's hiding from me. We have Super Mario Bros. Wonder plus Meetup in Bella Bell Park. So I love Mario Wonder. One of my favorite games on the Switch. Very excited it's getting the Switch 2 edition. Presumably 4K 120, I would hope, or 1440 120. So that alone is exciting. I'm sure I'll replay it because it's not a very long game. The meetup in Bella Bell Park stuff, I don't know. I don't know. Like it looks fun, but I just don't know like how much am I really gonna get out of the multiplayer stuff? It'll be fun for a couple nights with friends. They teased a little bit of story stuff with the Koopalings, but I think I need to see more. Like, how extensive is that, basically? If I just get a couple new worlds, like, that's fine. But if it's, like, one new world, or God forbid, Nintendo loves their roguelikes right now, some sort of, like, roguelike mode, this one could really go either way. It's slated for spring, so we should be hearing about it very soon. I would expect a trailer this month, actually. As a Switch 2 edition, as one of my favorite Nintendo Switch games, I think I would put this in B tier. It is kind of hard to rank it against like I mean Mario Tennis Fever is a whole new game, but I love Mario Wonder, and I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. The Switch 2 editions overall though have just been kind of like weird, right? Like I played Forgotten Land Starcross World for the first time in December, and it was fine. You know, it was good. It's an A tier game with what looks like a C tier expansion. Yeah, I guess it'll really come down to how substantial the single player stuff they're adding is. Also, what's up, Russ Vandy? Welcome to the stream. All right, next up. So now we're completely out of the realm of like release dates. We don't really know when any of this stuff is coming out. I guess these next couple we have a vague idea of. I think Yoshi was announced for spring, was it not? I want to say Yoshi and the Mysterious Book is a spring game. Now, I enjoy Yoshi's Island, of course. Everybody loves Yoshi's Island. Everybody loves Yoshi's Woolly World. I am a defender of Yoshi's Crafted World. However, I really don't like Yoshi's New Island. We don't know who's making Yoshi in the Mysterious Book. I do love the art style. I like that they're going in this more puzzle-oriented direction, kind of Breath of the Wildifying it with like this elements mixing for the puzzle solving. I just have a bad feeling about this game in that it's probably Arzest, the team that did Yoshi's New Island, the team that later did Hey Pikmin, and then they did Sonic Superstars. Their games are never very good, to be honest. So if it is, then this is probably, I mean, it could maybe even be D tier. However, it's getting bonus points for the art style. Also, I like the book being named Mr. E. I would put this in C tier. It's a nice surprise. That's how I felt when it was announced. It's like, oh, we're getting a new Yoshi game because we're all expecting, you know, a Woolly World port on Switch, and I still think that's coming eventually. And I hope I'm wrong. I hope this is like a banger and it's one of the best 2D Yoshi games, but I don't know. I think C tier is right for this one. It'll be cute. But also it's I mean, maybe this is a cop out, but it's a Yoshi game. I'm not expecting it to be S tier, you know? You know what you're getting into with a Yoshi game. It's going to be a fine experience. You beat it in like 8 hours and that's it. Someone in chat said this would be a $30 DS game back in the day. Absolutely, it would be. This is a 3DS game, but I mean, that's what I kind of like about the Switch as a concept is we're getting the both worlds on one platform, with a little bit more budget for some of these games, certainly. And also, Lazy Muffin just said, "I love me a good 2D platformer." Yeah, I mean, we got Mario Wonder in 2023. There hasn't been that many 2D platformers from Nintendo recently, so like that's kind of refreshing. Of course, we're getting Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition, so we're getting another one right there. I just kind of wished when we saw Yoshi again after Crafted World, maybe not necessarily expecting that Forgotten Land moment for the character, but I don't know. It could have been something different. I mean, they are doing something different with like the puzzle mechanics, but random stuff says if it's Rzest D tier, if it's a more exciting game B tier. Yeah, that's probably that's probably where it lands for me. So I'm gonna put it in the middle for both here. Kind of play the fence. It's been 8 years since we got Kirby Star Allies, so I hope we get a new 3D game for Kirby. Do you mean 2D game? I would like a new 2D Kirby game, honestly. I know everybody wants a 3D game, but this game feels to me the same way that Princess Peach Showtime did, in that it feels like it was greenlit because of movie. This game is releasing in the spring, right around the time of the movie. Princess Peach Showtime came out, I guess it was a year after the Mario movie, but I don't know. It's C tier. It'll be fun. Not Splatoon Raiders. Splatoon Raiders, we don't know anything about. Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Next up here. This one is also slated for spring. So, in the span of a couple of months, we're getting Animal Crossing New Horizons Switch 2 Edition, we're getting Pokemon Pocopia, and we're also getting Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I've been a Tomodachi Life, I don't even know, mega fan for a very long time. I've been preaching to the choir about Tomodachi Life coming back. When it was announced, I completely lost my mind on stream and the reaction. This is S tier for me. This is my most anticipated game from Nintendo. I think this game is going to be huge. And actually, I think someone just said it in chat. I think this game, out of every game we're going to talk about on this list, will be the biggest seller, and it will be the biggest hit. I understand, like, if you're not like really in the weeds with Nintendo, you might look at Tomodachi Life and be like, I don't get it. What's going on here? But the way that 3DS game has gained such a following in the year since its release, I mean, it was popular on 3DS, but the popularity after the fact and people making TikTok edits and stuff, I just feel like this game has viral, what's it called? Not viral marketing, but like on the consumer end of like free marketing for Nintendo. Like this game is going to go viral. It's all the big streamers are going to be playing it. All the big content creators are going to be posting little TikToks of it. I feel like this game is going to be huge, and I'm very excited for it. We don't know who's making it. I would bet that is it Sakamoto? Sakamoto was the producer of the 3DS game. Mouth to mouth marketing. Thank you, Don. Yeah, I think this game's gonna be huge and it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I cannot wait to make videos on it, playing it, streaming it, all that stuff. That's S tier for me. Most anticipated of the year for sure. Yeah, Nintendo Mania, the 3DS version is very expensive now. It kind of went crazy back before this was announced, and then when it was announced, it went up even more. Who made it last time? It was one of the EPD groups, was it not? Let me see. I'm looking it up on another. Nintendo SPD. And Sakamoto was the producer, yeah. My thought process for so long after Miitopia was remade for Switch 1 was that Grezzo would just remake the 3DS game with that awesome new Mii Maker. But I don't think it's gonna be Grezzo. And I hope we see this soon. I mean, this is still their most liked tweet ever on their Twitter account. Definitely for the Japanese account. I think that's true for the American one as well. Yeah, Omega, this game and Rhythm Heaven in the same direct. I mean, that direct was made for me. It was crazy. The only thing it was missing was Kid Icarus, and that would have been a god tier direct. But yeah, talking about the game itself a little bit more, I do hope we see a lot more like connectivity issues and social elements that the original game didn't really have. Even just simpler ways to share Mii's, maybe just download them from a menu in the thing, not having to scan a QR code, or I guess they could do some sort of like Nintendo Switch Online app, like little applet like they do for Splatoon. Maybe you can just upload Mii's through that and then they appear in the game or something. Or some sort of like social media, in-game social media like Splatoon and Mario Maker have. Would be really cool for this. I think this game's going to be huge. I cannot wait. Just putting our Mii's in fun little scenarios. I would like to stream the 3DS game leading up to the release of this in the new year here. So might be doing some Tomodachi live streams. It'd be fun to add all you to the game. Isn't Grezzo working on 2D Zelda? Well, we don't know what they're working on. Of course, they just did Echoes of Wisdom. It is probable that they're working on a 2D Zelda game. When do you think it's coming out? So they said spring in the September Direct. Bacopia is in March, and it just feels too soon to put it out in like April. I guess I'll say May. After we rank all these, we're gonna go through and kind of plan out when each game will release. But I guess May would be my gut instinct on this one. Currently, the best way to transfer Miis is still an amiibo. That's crazy. Dachi, yeah. You think Fire Emblem's May? Well, let's talk about Fire Emblem if you think it's coming out so soon. Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, we're getting a sequel to Three Houses, seemingly, or a prequel or something. Sothis is in the game, carrying on in that lineage. I think it's a smart move for Intelligent Systems to take this game after Engage kind of didn't make a big splash. I love Engage. In fact, I actually like Engage more than Three Houses. I know that's not a popular opinion, but I do think for the growth of the series, this is the right thing for them to do. Yeah, I mean, this is S tier also. Fire Emblem games very rarely miss for me. In fact, they've never missed. Three Houses would maybe be the biggest miss, and even then, I still enjoyed it. And also, and a couple people have already mentioned it, we have not had a game like this on the Switch 2 yet from Nintendo. Everything we've had so far has been very family friendly, nothing too serious or mature, even like this anime styling. So year one of Switch, we had Xenoblade 2. We have not had that yet. So Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, I think, is a much needed game to diversify the lineup. As for when it's releasing, I think this is a little bit further out. Chat seems to think that this is coming out in the first half of the year. I feel like this... Three Houses came out in July. I'm getting August vibes from Fortune's Weave. Yeah, Candid, we're agreeing. I think August for Fortune's Weave. We'll see it in the February direct or sometime in the next couple of months. Then we'll see it again in the June direct. It'll get its own direct, like a month before release, and then it'll release. A lot of people saying Engage is better than Three Houses. I think the thing with Engage is like the gameplay is clearly better than Three Houses, but the actual story and characters are not. Generally, I would say. But for me, that gameplay is so important, and Three Houses gameplay was not as good as Engage or the other. I'm kind of a fraud. I'm a new gen Fire Emblem fan, which means I've been playing every game since Awakening, which is funny to say because I mean that's 12 years now. But I have not gone back yet and played the older games. But of everything since Awakening, I would say Three Houses is my least favorite, specifically in terms of gameplay. Story and stuff is great. Real Brawl says they think it'll be dated for June in the February direct. That'd be awesome. You might have to convince me when we start slotting these in. Okay, next up. I mean, we're kind of just throwing anything at the wall here because we have, at this point, we literally have no idea when any of this stuff is coming out. We just know 2026. We have our other Switch 1 game, Rhythm Heaven Groove, another game that I am extremely excited for, although I don't know if I'm as excited for it as these two, simply just because of what it is. I mean, Rhythm Heaven being back is incredible. Could not have asked for another franchise to come back more than this, aside from maybe Tomodachi Life. The way they announced it was weird. They didn't need to announce it as early as they did. We haven't seen much of it, but also it's like, you're telling me about a new Rhythm Heaven game. I don't really need to see anything. It's like, okay, we're getting a new Rhythm Heaven game on Switch. This is A tier, I would say, above Pokopia. This will be one of my favorite games of the year. But also, I mean, similar to how I feel about like Yoshi, it's like not really high stakes. Like if Rhythm Heaven comes out and disappoints me, it's like, well, okay, Of course, we have Sunku back, being the main composer, as Dom points out. Very, very exciting. Rhythm Heaven's awesome. I feel like most people have not played Rhythm Heaven. I've replayed the DS game. I guess it would have been last year, 2025, after Groove was announced. And I mean, it's just so good. Mega Mix is the best one. I've not played Fever in a very long time. I should replay that before this comes out, actually. But yeah, I would say that's A tier. Do we think Rhythm Heaven and Tomodachi Life will get free updates or day-and-date Switch 2 editions? That's a really good question. I thought they were kind of done doing only Switch 1 games, but then Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 were Switch 1 only, and then they had like a free Switch 2 patch. I think Tomodachi Life has to have a Switch 2 physical edition, like a physical Tomodachi Life Living the Dream Nintendo Switch 2 edition on store shelves. Probably $10 more knowing Nintendo. Rhythm Heaven, not as much. I think Nintendo views this more as just like frankly, a calendar filler. I don't think they have like high sales expectations for it. So I could see Rhythm Heaven being Switch 1 only with no Switch 2 edition, but Tomodachi Life, I think, has to have one. Fever is the best one. I haven't played it for so long. That's one of those games I remember buying it for like $1 at GameStop because it was like right when the Wii was dying, and it was, nobody bought it, so it flopped. And then I sold it at some point for not much more than that, and then it got super expensive. I did rebuy it at some point though. Paid more than I'm happy to admit. So I need to replay that. Yeah, Megamix is also very expensive. That was only released physically in Japan and Europe. Yeah, Rhythm Heaven doesn't really need a Switch 2 edition, and neither does Tomodachi Life. This would come down more to like, do they want to do some weird camera mini game with Rhythm Heaven? You know, what they price them at 70. I bet Tomodachi Life is 60 on Switch 1 and 70 on Switch 2. Rhythm Heaven, a $60 Rhythm Heaven game's crazy to me. But I could see them doing it. Ideally, this is 50. Ideally, it's 40, but like realistically, ideally, for being kind of, trying to beat Nintendo in the middle here, 50 for the Rhythm Heaven Groove would be nice. We only have 2 more here, I think, unless I'm missing something. Splatoon Raiders. This one technically not confirmed for 2026. It was announced, but we don't have a release window for it. If you go on Nintendo's press website, it just says to be determined. I think we're all in agreement. It's probably coming out this year, though. I think this will come out in September, personally. Hard to rank because we really don't know what it even is. It's a Splatoon spinoff. We don't know if it's specifically just going to be single player. We don't know if it's going to have some sort of multiplayer. I think it will personally have some sort of co-op element to it. But hard to rank, Splatoon 3 was fantastic. I mean, I think that's the best Splatoon game, but it's also the one I played the least because we just got 3 of them. Well, it felt like very close together. Splatoon 1 is the one I played the most just because, when it came out on the Wii U. This could be S tier. I'll go A tier until we learn more, though. But also, I mean, that's really just basing it on my faith in the Splatoon IP. I like Splatoon a lot, I think it'll be hard for them to make a game that doesn't really resonate with me. But I don't know. I mean, it's definitely possible. I would put it at the top of A tier, though, just based on what we know. Getting more of, is it Deep Cut? See, I'm a fake fan, and I can't even remember. Yeah, it's Deep Cut. Off the Hook is Splatoon 2. And then I guess, do we all think it's coming out this year? Certainly, right? They wouldn't have announced it so early. I mean, we thought there was a chance it was coming out in 2025 when they announced it because they were just like, yep, it's here. And then they never mentioned it again. It's very weird how they announced that game, I guess, for the anniversary of Splatoon as a series. I don't know. They didn't really need to do all that, but also, whoa, am I reading this right? Do we have 75 people in here? Thank you guys for hanging out. I was not expecting that. Thank you. I appreciate that. And then our final game, I did not put Pokemon Champions on here because it's a mobile game, and also I don't really care. I'll check it out. But the final game we're ranking here is the Duskbloods, which actually Nintendo not publishing, I guess, or at least they're not publishing it in Japan. From Software is publishing it in Japan. But this is actually very high up on my list. I would put this in S tier as well. Having played 10 to 15 hours of Elden Ring Night Rain back in May, because it came out right before the Switch 2, that was awesome. Elden Ring Night Rain was genuinely awesome. This is Miyazaki's first project since Elden Ring. Like, this is the first one he's directing since Elden Ring. It's been a passion project for him. He hasn't served me wrong yet. I think this game's going to be a lot of fun. I think this game is going to be awesome. Also, just, I mean, vampires, right? We're getting more Bloodborne aesthetic Souls, and it's exclusive to Switch 2, which actually I don't love that. I do wish it was on PS5. I would love to play it on PS5. But regardless of all that, this game is going to be a lot of fun. I cannot wait. And this is one of those things where, like, I mean, this could end up being my most played game of the year, depending on that gameplay hook, how the progression is. It's PvPvE. So, yeah, it's going to be cool. From Software doesn't miss. Even though I only play like half their games. And I'm so hit or miss with From Software. They're like one of my favorite developers. I don't actually play half their games. Like, I've never beaten Elden Ring, but Bloodborne and Sekiro especially, some of my favorite games of all time. I gotta get back to Elden Ring, man. Maybe with the Tarnished edition. Yes, Brandon, this is the multiplayer PvPvE game. And I guess I mean we'll see how that PvP element is. Elden Ring Night Rain really hit. That was a lot of fun. That's co-op. I am also curious to see how the Elden Ring port ends up being. I did play that at PAX West, um, and it was really rough. But then they delayed it, so clearly they took that feedback to heart. I hope they cook it for longer. Armored Core 6. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see after we get Elden Ring and Duskbloods out. Is From Software going to go back and I mean, we never got Dark Souls 2 or 3 on Switch 1. Dark Souls 2 being the one that's especially peculiar. But Armored Core 6, Sekiro, which Activision published, which might make it kind of weird to ports. Um, I hope we see more of their stuff come over. But I would say this is my year for Nintendo here, my anticipation list of what we know. This is what 9, 11 games, really 10, not because Virtual Boy is not a game. It kind of is, I guess. Um, I think this is a pretty good lineup starting off the year. Usually coming into a new year for Nintendo, we don't know really anything. Maybe like 2 or 3 games for the spring. I mean, this could be like a full year almost for Nintendo, and like it'd be maybe this wouldn't be the greatest year ever, but like we'd be like, okay, there was a game every month, just about. So if we add 3 to 5 more games on top of this, I would say that's a pretty good year for Nintendo. Just nothing truly groundbreaking like a 3D Mario or 3D Zelda. Gen 10 Pokemon will happen. That'll be on here. I don't have it in my ranking, but that would be S tier, of course. It is the 30th anniversary. I'm sure we'll get some other Pokemon projects as well, like Champions is releasing. Um, this list excites you way more than me, but you own other consoles, so you can play good games there. Well, that's the beauty of it. Most of the games I'm excited for that aren't from Nintendo first party are also releasing on Switch 2. So my most anticipated games that aren't from Nintendo include Pragmata, which is coming to Switch 2, and Resident Evil Requiem, which is coming to Switch 2. 007 First Light's coming to Switch 2. That's going to be exciting. Fatal Frame. I mean, we're getting basically all the major third-party games that are coming out on PS5, with the exception of GTA 6, are coming to Switch 2. So this plus all the third-party games that are really relevant, it's a good year to be a Nintendo gamer, I must say. Coping to the extreme for a Pokemon retro collection that will obviously never happen. I think it will. I do think it'll happen. Also, yeah, Audie mentions Final Fantasy 14, and someone else was talking about it earlier. Yoshi P did basically say, look forward to Final Fantasy 14 on Switch 2. Cannot wait for that. I mean, that's awesome. Not excited about a lot of announced games for this year. Yeah, you mentioned Trails second chapter and Dragon Quest 7. Those are both coming. I'm sure whatever else Square Enix has in the second half of the year will come. We'll just have to wait and see like what the second half of the year looks like. I think a lot of publishers are going to be kind of afraid with GTA 6 on the horizon. And then there's all the Xbox stuff. I guess that's the big question for support on Nintendo this year. What does it look like from Xbox? Are we going to get Halo, Combat Evolved, or Campaign Evolved? Are we going to get Fable, Gears E Day, Forza Horizon 6? We know we're getting South of Midnight. I guess that really just comes down to if they have time to port them day and date, Yeah, we're getting Fallout 4 this year. Like, if anybody's saying that this is mediocre third party support, like I don't understand that. I just cannot agree with that. Can we drop the box and call it the X console? Yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds, Capcom. I mean, Capcom working some magic. Take a drink of water here. Marvel Rivals. Yeah, I mean, that came to PS4, right? So I feel like Marvel Rivals will happen. Does Overwatch 2 have a native port yet? Like, who cares, right? But I feel like that also will probably happen. Okay, with that said, we're entering phase 2 of the stream. I do want to talk about. I hate how I always have to switch to pages format here. I want to try to predict the rest of the year for Nintendo. So we'll slot out what we know for release dates, and then we'll kind of slot in release dates for the games we do know about, just predict when they're coming out, and then also try to figure out what else is releasing this year on the Nintendo Switch too. Chat, you can definitely help me with this. Throw out some ideas. Yeah, Lazy Muffin, phase 2 of the stream. So the first thing we need to do, I mean, we're just gonna do this. This is very. I don't have the craziest setup. We're just doing this in Google Docs. When does the new Horizon Switch 2 edition come out? It's 2 weeks from now, so that would be the 15th. Usually I make this like a whole video, but I don't know. I'm feeling it right now. Let's just talk about what else is coming out. I can't spell Horizons. I gotta get the official legal title there. I also like to make these bold, make it pop a little bit more. Pull the chat back up. And then February 12th is Mario Tennis Fever. And then chat, when is Virtual Boy coming out? I know March 6th is Pokemon Pokopia. I think South of Midnight's coming out in April, is what they said. Yeah, I know it's February. I think is it like February? Is it February 19th or no? It's like a weird. It's like February 17th or something. Yeah, Virtual Boy did release decades ago. That's so true. I think it's the 17th. All I'm seeing. Oh yeah, February 17th. Okay. But this is it. I mean, this is everything we know, which is crazy in terms of actual concrete release dates. Now, I think a very obvious one that we can slot in here with like a more concrete release date is Mario Wonder. I think that'll release on March 26th, a couple weeks after Pokemon Pokopia, a week before the Mario movie 2 or Mario Galaxy movie comes out. This could be a week later, but that feels right to me. We're already beating 2025, which just had Donkey Kong and Xenoblade. South of Midnight was announced at the Game Awards for Switch 2 and PS5. Now we also need to slot in Fortune's Weave as well as the Dusk Bloods, although kind of different because they're not publishing it seemingly. Yoshi and the Book. Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, as well as Rhythm Heaven Groove. Oh my goodness, there are so many games coming out this year. What's up, Sammy? Right now, we are predicting all the release dates for Nintendo this year. Is this everything? Yeah, it's everything. Everything confirmed. Oh, Pokemon Champions. Okay, Don, just for you. We'll talk about Pokemon Champions. I just have, like, I don't know. It's just like Champions is actually really important and very cool that they're doing it for the competitive scene. But I just don't know if I see myself really logging in there. Like, I could see, like, could this be a shadow drop? Will they just drop this on Pokemon Day, you think? I just don't know if they're going to treat it like a big new release. Hey, what's up, Gore? Kirby Triple Deluxe Planet Robobot pack happening in April for Switch and Switch 2. Connor, we will talk about Kirby. Just you wait. Oh yeah, Champions is paid. Champions could be summer, but I think I'm gonna say that's a Pokemon Day drop, which is what, the 26th? Pokemon Champions. Because it has to come out before August, which is when Worlds is. So that gives you one real full game on February 12th, the Virtual Boy Nintendo Classics and Pokemon Champions. But also, and here's the thing. Oh, 27th, my bad. But also, here's the thing. I feel like if there is ever a year to do it, this has to be the year. This has to be the year. Some sort of Pokemon Classics. Now, I don't think they are going to put them on Switch Online. I think they're going to charge separately for them. Be that part of the Pokemon Home subscription, be that you just buy them a la carte on the eShop for like $20 for a Game Boy ROM. But it has to happen. We are so due for Red, Blue, and Yellow, Gold, Silver, Crystal. I don't think they go beyond that. In fact, they might just do Gen 1. But this makes me want to put Champions later in the year, because I don't think they would do both. And also, I know I put Virtual Boy here. That's kind of a bigger deal. We're not going to predict individual like GameCube games, whatever. Those will always be coming around. June is American Internationals, and Pokemon Day is after European Internationals. I think this needs to release before American Internationals or in the lull before Worlds. I truly believe in Pokemon Classics this year. Do you think it would get a physical release? I mean, if they want to print money. Can you imagine? Connor will never miss a stream talking about Curry, Planet, Robobot, and Triple Deluxe. It's so true. God blessed. So I'm thinking we'll leave Pokemon Champions there for now. I think we need to move it after. But right now, we'll put both of them on Pokemon Day. April, I think this is when we also get... Yoshi. So let me look at the calendar here. It'll be a Thursday in April. Thursday the 16th. April 16th. We'll lock it in. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. They're going to put that out near the movie. We know it's coming out in spring. That feels like a good time as any for Yoshi. You think they would just drop them on NSO? I feel like there's too much value there. Yoshi and Tomodachi in April. That's a good call. Yeah, so, I mean, Tomodachi Life is a Switch 1 game, presumably with a Switch 2 edition. But you could do both in April. I just don't want to get too overzealous. I mean, they got to spread these things out a little bit. I'm going to say May. Like early May for Tomodachi Life. We'll say May 7th. May 7th for Tomodachi Life. I think this is when we will also get the Dusk Bloods. That's just me copying when Elden Ring came out last year. So that would be, let's say they release it on a Thursday, probably the 21st or 28th. We'll say 28th. And then we're still missing 3 games. Good lord, they have so many games coming out. Maybe not the most exciting to a lot of people, but there's just a lot of quantity. What if they announced the price hike for NSO at the same time as they had Pokemon? I feel like you got to do it before. If you missed it in my predictions video, one of my predictions was Switch 2 price increase, of course. That's definitely happening. And then also a Switch Online price increase. I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like we're getting GameCube and not having the price increase last year. It didn't feel right to me. They're gonna pinch us for some more pennies soon, I feel like. And then June. Well, okay, hold on. I think this is where we start having to skip around and start slotting in games that will be announced in February and March. I'm saying August for Fire Emblem. So let me just put that down. Let's say August. We'll say August 27th. They've been having a game right before PAX West the past couple years. So we'll put Fire Emblem in August. Rhythm Heaven Groove is interesting. We didn't see it in the September Direct, but we saw Tomodachi Life, so it's definitely a little bit further out. This could be a July game, maybe? I'm thinking for Splatoon, we're looking at September, end of summer, but also end of Nintendo's financial quarter. They usually like to have a bigger game there. Although I guess they didn't this year. But I'll say September. Maybe that's just me basing it off of Splatoon 3. So that was what, September. We'll say September 10th for Splatoon Raiders. And then Rhythm Heaven, that's really hard to place. I guess I'll just say July. It's hard to place because sometimes Nintendo will like double or maybe even triple up in a month with new releases, but then they'll skip an entire month. Like they skipped September this year, and then they technically released 3 games in October, and then November had 2. August had 2. For Rhythm Heaven, I mean, Rhythm Heaven could be August. I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard to place that one because there's not like too much history to look at for Rhythm Heaven games. I want to say Megamix was in the summer. We'll say July 16th. Sure. I think that's a fine place to put Rhythm Heaven. Making us wait a year and a half after reveal for Rhythm Heaven would be painful. I agree, and I think it was stupid to reveal it, but that it just felt like they just wanted to show some support for Switch 1, and they were like, hey, there's stuff coming way further down the line. So this is already a lot. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 physical retail releases. Now, my video this morning, I predicted there will be 15. I think that's fairly likely, given what we already know. You put one more game before all this in June, and then you probably put 3 to 4 in the holiday. I'm going to say right now for June. Right now for June, I'm saying it. This is for Don in chat. I know. You're a real one with me. On on Nintendo Switch Sports. What's the date? June 18th. Nintendo Switch Sports, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Lock it in, it's coming. I wouldn't have been predicting this a year ago. I wouldn't have been predicting this 6 months ago. But knowing that we're getting Animal Crossing, the game nobody thought would get a Switch 2 edition, makes me feel like they're just going to give a Switch 2 edition to all of their best-selling games. Maybe not literally all of them, because I don't think they're doing one for Odyssey. But Switch Sports feels like such an easy one for them to just milk a little bit longer. I don't want this to exist. I would much rather them make a new Switch Sports, a sequel. And maybe basketball being added randomly is like a red herring of like, well, they wouldn't add that if they were going to save it for a Switch 2 edition. But this feels right to me. What are your thoughts on Star Fox? Do you think it could return? I think Star Fox will return, but probably not this year. Where does Pikmin 3 fall here? So that's just going to be a free update, I think. The free updates do have ratings. So I'm not going to put the free updates on here. I don't think it's going to be like a full new release of Pikmin 3. And someone just asked, what about Smash Ultimate Switch 2 Edition? I do think that's happening this year. They can put that out probably in October, we'll say. So we'll say October. We'll say October 8th is when we're getting Super Smash Bros. I can't type for my life to save me. Ultimate Switch 2 Edition. Now, the question with this is, do you think that the Ultimate Switch 2 Edition will come with the DLC? I think probably not. I think they're going to do what they did with Zelda, and you still have to buy the DLC. Maybe they include a couple characters base here. Maybe they even do a third Fighter's Pass. But I think it's its own thing. I'll say, yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 Sports. That'd be really funny if they call it that. Now, the reason we're putting Smash Bros. At the beginning of October is because at the end of October, I think everybody agrees with this. I kind of hope this isn't what happens, but I think it's fairly obvious that on October 29th, we are getting Luigi's Mansion 4. This is the longest that Next Level Games has ever been quiet. They usually release a game every 3 years. We're overdue. Their last game was Mario Strikers, which was clearly a lower budget project. It was also a COVID project, to be fair, but we're due. I genuinely hope it's not Luigi's Mansion 4 as much as I love Luigi's Mansion. I would like it to be something else entirely. People are talking about Star Fox in the chat. I think it would be awesome if Next Level was doing a Star Fox game, and that's what they're doing right now instead, and then we get Luigi's Mansion 4 in 3 or 4 years. But I feel like this is it. Especially if we're looking at it from the perspective of, okay, Mario movie coming out. I don't think we're getting a 3D Mario this year. There's got to be a big Mario type game, 10 million, 15 million plus seller in the holiday period. It's Luigi's Mansion 4. Hold on. Here we go. Oh, why is it like that? How do I paste without formatting? Hold on. Here we go. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Nintendo Switch 2 Edition plus all Fighters Pass DLC bundle for the Super Smash Ultimate game on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. What would they add to Ultimate? Well, it'd be more characters, probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 new characters, and then maybe some sort of like single player. I mean, honestly, dude, they've been doing so many of these roguelike modes with Splatoon and Xenoblade and Pokemon and Donkey Kong. Some sort of Smash Bros. World of Light roguelike feels not unlikely to me. Yeah, rollback would be nice. Can you imagine Smash Bros. With rollback? This just seems like, I mean, jokes aside, I don't think it'll come with the DLC. You'll have to buy that separately. We're getting a Smash Ultimate Switch 2 edition. That's some denial if you think that's not happening. Just given what we've seen so far, we're getting New Horizons, best-selling Switch 1 game. They're gonna sell it again. Yeah, of course they're gonna sell Smash again. This also allows Sakurai to, supervise this, do a little bit of new content, and maybe they do a full new Fighters Pass. I mean, I think that would be awesome. But then he can do something else again after this, now that he finished up Kirby. We still need... Oh, Tsukino, good call. We still need to talk about the Mario Kart World DLC. When would the Mario Kart DLC slot in? That feels like summer to me. Maybe July? Also, someone was saying it earlier. I think I agree. We got to swap Fire Emblem with Rhythm Heaven. Fire Emblem just feels better in July. I think that's just because Three Houses came out at that time, but that feels better. And then for the Mario Kart World big expansion, which is definitely happening. It's not Cope. We'll say July 2nd or July 30th. We'll say July 2nd. We'll go a little bit earlier. Mario Kart World Donkey Kong Island expansion. It's got to be. Dude, the fact that Donkey Kong and Pauline have like 2 skins and every other character, including the babies, has 1 billion skins is the most on-the-nose thing ever. It has to happen. Can't wait for the cries about $100 game. Yeah, I mean, it'll happen. They'll definitely charge for more content for that. Mario Kart World Celebration DLC releasing exactly 1 year after its initial release. Yeah, I mean, it could be June. But just June or July, I think, is a good time frame for the Mario Kart DLC. Maybe May. Maybe May. Mario movie would still be playing in theaters at that point, but I think this is looking pretty good. November, I mean, this is an easy one. We need to slot in Pokemon Generation 10, November 19th. I was just looking for the whatever the Friday or Thursday before Black Friday is. Pokemon Gen 10. And honestly, this might be it. Maybe one more thing for Switch 1. If I'm missing anything here, and this is for Connor in the chat, although Real Brawls also just mentioned it, some sort of very basic remaster of like Planet Robobot. But I don't know when that would slot in. Probably Maybe September? Ooh, Audie. We don't have a Zelda game on this list. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. We have to have a Zelda game. There has Mr. 10 years, thanks you for the super chat. Mommy Milker 7 Switch 2 edition. It's coming, thank you. Yeah, we need a Zelda game. Shoot. Is this year just gonna be cracked? Are they just gonna have a game every 2 weeks? I hear you, chat. I know we need Zelda. I know. Here's the thing. I'm a believer of Ocarina of Time remake. I just don't think it's happening right now. It just doesn't feel the vibes feel off to me. I know that's not what everybody's saying and everybody's feeling, but it's just like who's making Ocarina of Time remake? Who's making that? You know? Out of everything it could be, I guess Ocarina makes sense. It could be something new entirely, some sort of like new type of spin-off, a Zelda tactics game or something. Wind Waker Twilight Princess, I mean, that'd be awesome. Zelda Game and Watch 2. I don't believe in Wind Waker and Twilight Princess. I just don't believe it. We got Wind Waker on GameCube NSO. There's just no way. But as a Switch 1 game, wait a minute, hold on. Because we're talking about we need a Switch 1 game. Wind Waker is not on Switch 1. It's only on Switch 2. We could get Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Nintendo Switch 1. But also, I've always been a non-believer of them selling them together. I mean, Nintendo knows the value of these games. They're not going to sell them together. That seems crazy. Ink Ranger, I agree. I actually put that in my predictions. I think in June, or maybe September, we see the next 3D Zelda game announced for 2027. Which I know people will say it's too early, but I don't know. I just feel it'll happen. Wind Waker and I cannot in good conscience put this double pack on this list. We've been talking about it every year for actually 7 years, right? 6 years, something like that. I can't do it. Capcom working on an Oracle's remake. I mean, that'd be cool. We do need a Zelda game though. I guess regardless of what Zelda it is, it would be okay, you know what? I want to move some stuff around. Well, actually, no. I think this is fine. Early November. What would that be? What's 2 weeks before? I can't do math. November 5th? November 5th. Zelda something. And then maybe December you get something smaller. Maybe this is, December is when you slot in your Ring Fit 2. Of course. But this is, I mean, we're getting crazy with this list now. We're just, there's too many games here. This would be what? 1, 2, 3, 4, including Switch 2 editions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16 new games. I mean, does anybody know what like the most number of first party releases was in any given year of the Switch 1? Like what year had the most releases? It had to be 2019, I would think. This list is also missing From Software, and it's also missing Kirby. We just got 2 Kirby games. I'm good with waiting on that. I could see Planet Robobot Triple Deluxe. Yes, including Wii U ports, because I'm counting Switch 2 editions here, which are very similar. But also for 2019, I would be counting like Dragon Quest 11 and Builders 2, which they published. Okay, so we'll type down some other possibilities here for this year. Monolith Soft, definitely possible. I feel like they save it though. Kirby. I mean, this is a great lineup. If this is it, like that's great. I don't want to be too big and greedy here, you know? Asking for more. Xenoblade Switch 2 edition. I would like the free updates to come out this year. That would be very nice. But I don't know. Monolith Soft's project feels like a September Direct ending and reveal for a first half of 2027 release. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Star Fox Kid Icarus F-Zero return. I think Kid Icarus will be announced this year, but I don't think it releases this year. That's like a January 27 thing. Purely vibes based, you know? Ooh, but also, I mentioned Bayonetta Trinity trilogy. That seems pretty likely as well. But maybe you put that in 27. Maybe Rank Fit you also take off of this year. But also, I mean, we need to get more stuff from these EPD groups. We'd have, what, Splatoon Raiders? Maybe something Zelda from them. And I guess Mario Wonder Switch 2 Edition and Switch Sports. I guess that's decent. Metroid 6, I mean, it could be time. I'm going to say 27 for that game. But, like, if it does get announced and released this year, obviously I'll be very happy, and I wouldn't, like, be shocked. But I think we let Metroid Prime 4 sit for a while. Blooper Team Project M will be Switch 2 exclusive. Yeah, they're teasing something for, like, February, right? Bayonetta would be a 4-part collection now with that spinoff. Yeah, but I don't think they would include that. No one played that game. I like that game. Bayonetta Origins was cool. Yeah, just for a while in Soul Valley. Metroid Prime 4, you know, Metroid Prime fans, they have so much to do in Soul Valley. I mean, you can't be releasing a 2D Metroid back, like, so soon after. They have to do all 6 of those shrines, you know? There's so much content in Prime 4 to keep them busy. Yeah, Raiders might be co-dev as well. Any Sonic next year? The rumor is, well, I guess maybe not necessarily Frontiers 2, but the next next 3D Sonic game, right? A visual novel. I just feel like a Hotel Dusk remake. Like, you save that a little bit. That's not a year 2 kind of game to me. This is the year where they got to prove it. They got to hit hard with the lineup this year. And certainly, if they release all of this, they are hitting hard. They are firing in all cylinders. Especially with, I mean, Luigi's Mansion 4, whatever Zelda thing is coming out this year in Gen 10, Fire Emblem. Because then 2027 can look like Monolith Soft, 3D Mario maybe, freaking, I don't even know. There's plenty of stuff. I'm blanking right now. Be thinking of Zelda remake, right? Yeah, remake or maybe some sort of new spin-off type. I think Zelda needs something else to keep it going. We've gotten remasters of all the 3D Zelda games. We've gotten most of the games remade entirely at this point. There's still more 2D stuff they can do. Warriors has really run its course, I feel like. We need another Zelda sub-series, like Cadence of Hyrule or something. Something else to kind of look forward to every once in a while. What's up, Metroid Jones? Welcome to the stream. Happy New Year. Red Dead 2. Professor Layton. Yeah, we'll see Professor Layton this year, I think, finally. Zelda 2 remake. I mean, that'd be awesome. See, my thing was, like, before the Switch 2 came out, I was thinking Hyrule Warriors. Like, before that was announced, I was like, yeah, we're going to get Hyrule Warriors Imprisoning War, and we did. I didn't think they would also release Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom in the same year. If it wasn't for that, I'd be saying Breath of the Wild right now, you know? But they kind of rushed it all out there, which to me also indicates that they must have something else this year. Otherwise, why not save Tears of the Kingdom for 2026? So we're definitely getting something Zelda. It's just a matter of what. I guess Ocarina of Time is the fan favorite pick right now. And that would certainly be very exciting. I'm still just like confused on like, I mean, I guess Monolith Soft would be the developer of that. Maybe Grezzo helping joint development. I would say those are our three options for Zelda this year. What about the online playtest game? That is a good question. I have no idea. I thought we would have seen it already by now. That is a Switch One game though. So if we're trying to think of more Switch One games that could come out this year, that would be one of them. Like we don't know when the playtest is coming out. We don't even know if it's going to be a real game. That could be fall though. Maybe that like takes a spot of Ring Fit 2. You know what? Yeah, let's just do that. I'm erasing Ring Fit Adventure 2 from the ether. We'll put that. Well, here's what we'll do. I'm locking in here. Hold on. We're swapping the Switch Online playtest game to October. That's when they always have their big updates. And then Smash Bros. Can be December for what would be the 8-year anniversary. Playtest K-Man for Smash. That's what we need. Does this look good, chat? I think this is good. If anything, it might be a little too lofty, but I don't know. We already know about like 10 games. We get just a few more, then any chance of a new IP? Maybe something smaller? Smaller eShop kind of game? Drag and Drive to your game? Can we please get some more Drag and Drive-like experiences on the Switch too? That's what we're really missing right now, you know? We need more we need more Drag and Drive type games. Cool. I'm good with this. If this ends up happening, this is a very good year. We'll have to see what the quality of the games are, I suppose, but I have faith that next level is going to hit with Luigi's Mansion 4. Zelda always hits. Gen 10, based on what we've seen from the leaks, Wind and Wave. I guess I could actually put the actual title there. Pokemon Wind and Wave. That'll be good. Smash Ultimate, always fun to go back to. Splatoon Raider should be fun. Rhythm Heaven's going to be great. Fortune's Weave, I have no doubt, will be a good time. Dusk Bloods, Tomodachi Life. Yeah, this is solid. I would say the first half, though, is a little weaker overall. We're getting a New Horizons Switch 2 edition, a Mario Tennis game. Pocopia could be a huge hit, but we'll see. Switch 2 edition, Yoshi game. Pikmin 5 trailer. Pikmin 3 was what, 2023? I could see Pikmin 5 releasing in next year. That doesn't seem impossible. That's 4 years. Aiding co-developed that game. Hey, Boo Mini with the 5 gifted memberships. Thank you. Appreciate you. What are Nintendo's GOTY contenders of this list? Well, some years Nintendo just doesn't have a GOTY contender, and that's okay. But of this list, it would be potentially whatever the Zelda game is, but probably Fire Emblem. I think a lot of people feel that Three Houses was kind of robbed, not being nominated back in 2019. But not every game's gonna have a GOTY nominee. Most years of the Switch did, but sometimes it's gonna be a miss, you know? Also, possibly Duskbloods, although Night Rain wasn't. Although I think that game got kind of unfairly reviewed, to be honest. It was reviewed by people that clearly like are not in it in the From Software weeds. Oh, Three Houses did win Player's Voice. That's really funny. And then yeah, Luigi's Mansion 4 could definitely also be a GOTY contender. Because was Luigi's Mansion 4 nominated? Or Luigi's Mansion 3? 19 GOTY. No. Certainly not, right? Oh, Smash Ultimate was nominated. Because it came out in December. That's actually really funny. And then Family Game was Luigi's Mansion 3. No shot on floor would be a GOTY contender. Well, it just depends on the year, you know? Like, there are years of the Game Awards where, like, there's specifically this year. Well, actually, 21 and 22 back to back, kind of weird. Where, like, there are great games, but, like, real Deathloop, It Takes Two winning. I mean, I love It Takes Two. Psychonauts, Rift Apart is like a 7.5 out of 10, you know? And then 2022 has the biggest sneak of all time in Game Awards history with Stray. Like, what are we doing here? I guess maybe we can filter into that now. Like, what else is coming out this year? Capcom could be a dominant force if Pragmata hits, and Resident Evil Requiem and Onimusha. Hey, I like Rift Apart too, but like I don't know, Game of the Year. I don't know about that. The GTA 6 awards. I mean, that's interesting, right? Do we actually think GTA is coming out this year? Because I don't know about that. I'm going to the list of games this year. Because right now it's what, November 19th for GTA 6? I think it gets delayed. To be honest. I don't think GTA will win Red Dead 1. Or Red Dead not win against God of War. Yeah, but also God of War probably shouldn't have won. Final Fantasy, Yakuza. GTA is only at their third delay. They need one more. Okay, so here's what I want to do next. I'm gonna take the entire list of games coming out this year and kind of rank my top 10 most anticipated and see where things kind of shake out. I don't think there's really much in January calling to me. Games I'm excited to play, Switch 2 ports, especially with Dynasty Warriors Origins and 7 Remake Integrate. Like, I'm going to check those out, but, like, they're not going to be on the top 10 list, certainly. Dispatch will be cool to check out, finally. Code Vein 2, I did not play Code Vein. This is one I would like to get to, but, like, realistically, I know I'm not going to. Same thing with Neo 3. But I would say the first one... Oh, God, what'd I do? The first game on this list that might end up in my top 10 most anticipated is Dragon Quest 7. I think that remake looks awesome. So here, we'll make a new list here. Top 10 most anticipated 2026 games. Can you try and predict the 6 GOTY nominees based off what we know? Yeah, we can kind of do that as we go along. I don't think we're at any yet. January goes to Dark Auction, the next Rika Suzuki game, Hotel Dusk Rider. I don't think I've heard of that. When's that coming out? January? That's not even on here. Maybe I could type. It doesn't have its own page. Huh, I've not heard of that. Oh, it's Izanagi Games, yeah. Interesting. Lego Batman. Digimon Time Strangers on Switch 2, that'd be cool. Mugenics, the next Edmund McMillan game, Binding of Isaac dude. That'll be fun. Romeo is a Dead Man looks pretty nice. That's the next Suda 51 game. I never played No More Heroes 3. So I still need to do that. Persona 4 Revival release date prediction. Like, February 2027. What they showed of that looks so early. Like, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know. That feels further off. But also, it is the anniversary, so you think, I mean, they have to get something out, right? I don't think Mario Tennis Fever would be on my top 10 list. Yakuza 3, no. As excited as I am for it. Reanimal does look cool. This is the new Little Nightmares team game. Because they didn't actually do Little Nightmares 3. It was Supermassive that did that. But this one looks really cool. What is Hunter x Hunter Nin Survivor? Oh, that just takes me to the page. I'm not seeing any GOTY nominees yet. I must be honest. But a lot of stuff I'm gonna stream Mario Tennis, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined, Code Vein will be cool. A lot of Japanese games, I guess, actually, early in the year. Demon Tides, that's the 3D platformer for Braz. I love those guys. But realistically, our next one on the list here that is really potentially going to be like a GOTY nominee and also one of my most anticipated games is Resident Evil Requiem. I am going to be streaming on Saturday, actually, so just 2 days from now, my first playthrough of Resident Evil 4 Remake, so stay tuned for that. But I am very excited for Requiem. I love Resident Evil 7 and 8 right now. These are my top 2 right now as we go through an order on this list. Resident Evil Requiem, I cannot wait for that game. 7 was not nominated for GOTY, but Village was. This is one of those things where it kind of just depends on how the year shakes out. I could see Requiem being nominated though. Yakuza 3 is awesome. Yeah, I think I'm like halfway through Kiwami 2, so I'm getting ready for it. That's another one I will probably stream when it releases in February. Berseria, Pocopia. I put Pocopia like here so far. out of my list of 3 games. That I don't think that'll end up on the top 10 list, but I'm intrigued by it. 2017 was packed for RE7. Yeah, was Nier Automata not nominated also? There was a lot of fantastic games that did not get nominated in 2017 because it was just such a packed year. New Saints Row, I think they shut down Volition. Don't forget Pragmata. Hey, we'll get to Pragmata. Fatal Frame, very excited for. I never played a Fatal Frame game. I will check that out, but not top 10 most anticipated. Same thing with Monster Hunter Stories 3. That'll be cool. You know. Dynasty Warriors 3? Now we're talking. I'm excited for this remake. March. They just delayed 007, right? Yeah, that was supposed to be end of March, and that got delayed. Crimson Desert. Yeah, not really my thing, I don't think. This is like open world. But I bet this game's going to be huge. And this actually... So we have Requiem. That's a potential GOTY game. I think Crimson Desert could also be one. If it hits hard and really blows up. Crimson Desert, based on what I've seen, could be a GOTY contender. I say contender. If GTA 6 is coming out, it'll be that. But... what else we got here? I love just looking through release dates, because I did the same thing in the last stream. We kind of looked through this list, but now we're actually trying to make something of it. Marathon's coming out in March. Bungie's new game, extraction shooter. I frankly couldn't care less. I'll probably check it out. Wait, we skipped over the biggest game of January. I just realized. Where is it? Oh, it doesn't even have a page. What are we doing? Somebody's got to make the High Guard page. High Guard, if you did not remember, is what they ended the Game Awards on, that hero shooter, which looks fine. It's just another hero shooter. I can't believe I forgot High Guard. If you join the Discord, link in the description. We have a High Guard chat for you to get excited about High Guard for. High Guard in, I should say. Get hype for High Guard. Maybe I'll stream that. That'd be funny to stream. Okay, let me go back to end of March is where we were. April. Yeah, 24th is Pragmata. I would actually put Pragmata at number 1 out of these so far. Like, that could be more of a miss. But based on what I played at PAX West, like, I was really into it. Realistically, will Requiem be above it? Maybe. But right now, I'm feeling Pragmata. That game is awesome from what I played. So we'll put Pragmata at number 1 for now. Saros, Returnal's next game. I love Returnal. I never beat it because I suck at it. But Saros, very excited for that. Returnal, one of the best PS5 games. Definitely excited for that. And I mean, those are both also, I would say, like, just on the edge of being GOTY contenders. Pragmata, we'll see. I mean, it's a new IP, kind of unproven. And Saros, I mean, Returnal... Was the Returnal nominated? Returnal wasn't nominated? Man, people be sleeping on Returnal. That's crazy. Nobody played that game. Returnal is so good. That's one I need to go back to and finish. That game's hard. I think they made it easier with like more checkpoints, so I can probably get through it now. But you could have probably dropped Deathloop, right? For Returnal in 2021. But yes, very excited for Saros. I wouldn't say what they've shown of Saros has me like particularly super excited, just like based on what I'm seeing, but just knowing how good Housemarque is and knowing how much I enjoyed Returnal, I think Returnal or sorry, Saros is going to be a lot of fun. What's up, M Swizzle? Welcome to the stream. Chat, we got M Swizzle here. 007 First Light. I'm not a huge Hitman guy, but I'm sure this will be good. If they're just making a stupid little 007 action movie game, that'll be fun, but will not be on my most anticipated. Same thing with Lego Batman. I know a lot of people in chat are excited for this one. Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga, I thought was good, but it didn't really. I don't know. I kind of fell off of it. And also, I'm not like the biggest Batman fan to begin with. I never even played the original Lego Batman games, but I'm sure this will be good. They've been cooking these Lego games way longer than they used to. July, September, Phantom Blade Zero, not on my list. I will probably check it out, play it. Another game though that I think could be a GOTY contender from S Game here. Is this their first game? It's Chinese. It's a Chinese developer, right? Yeah, they're in Beijing. This game looks very good, very high quality. This could very well be just like a sleeper Liza P type hit, you know, kind of coming out of nowhere. Their first AAA, they were mobile slot before. See, that kind of has me worried, to be honest. It's like, well. But yeah, I mean, this gives me Stellar Blade developer vibes, even to an extent. Sandfall with Clair Obscur, like this just feels like one of those games that's gonna come out, kind of an unknown developer, and be very well regarded. Unreal Engine 5 though, could new Black Myth come out this year? No, way too early for that. That is another example of what I'm talking about. Just these games you don't or developers you don't really know too much about, especially in these Asian countries coming out with like these bangers that people love. And that's everything that's dated. We don't really have that many dates. I realize that first direct is going to hit like crazy next year, but we do have everything unscheduled without a release date. Adventures of Elliot is definitely on my list. I would put that right here. So third most anticipated, I would say. That Adventures of Elliot demo was fantastic. You gotta play Adventures of Elliot demo. That game looks so good. People are tired of HD2D. People are tired of HD2D. I am not one of those people. I love HD2D. Each time they release another one, I'm like, oh, give me more. So, and now they're doing this top down 2D Zelda like gameplay with it. I mean, this game is going to be awesome. You got to be hyped for the E33 copy from China. Are you talking about Tides of Annihilation? Because I am excited for that. I'm very excited for Tides of Annihilation. Is that this year? I don't know if it is. Beast of Reincarnation? The Game Freak game? You guys excited for this? I'm excited for it just from like I want to see what Game Freak does, you know? And also, will it actually come out this year? Probably not. I thought when I gotta pull up the trailer, hold on. When they announced it, I was like, oh, this is a Koei Tecmo game. Because it looks like a Wolong or something. Beast of Reincarnation. There'll be no audio for you, but I can maybe turn it up a little bit. Can you hear this, chat? Because there should be audio. Oh, is this one day one on Game Pass? A bit. Yeah, I've been having audio issues with like Chrome for some reason. You're not missing much. This looks cool. It's exciting to see Game Freak do something so different. But I don't know where that like actually translates to like what I expect from the quality, you know? Like how good will this really be? Looks like Wild Hearts. It does look like Wild Hearts. It looks, whatever engine Koei Tecmo has, it looks like that. Which I guess is a compliment. I mean, I love those games from Koei Tecmo. Yeah, this feels like a delay to me. Like, I bet this doesn't come out this year. Especially with, I mean, they're doing Champions this year. Pacopia, they're co-developing with Koei Tecmo, actually, Game Freak is. And then Gen 10. So, like, Game Freak's already very busy this year. I don't know if they really need to be doing Beast of Reincarnation right now. Big Walk, new House game. That's going to be cool. Binding of Isaac, Repentance. Oh, did it get rated? Okay. Well, maybe it's coming out soon. Blood of Dawnwalker. This is another one that could maybe just pop up and get like crazy GOTY nominations. I know it's former CD Projekt Red staff, right? So it's kind of Witcher-like. Not really for me, but I know people will be very excited for this one. Bloodstained, new Bloodstained. I want to play through the first one before this comes out. We're getting Igarashi's next game in 2026, which is cool. I also just need to play more Castlevania. I've only played the first one. I've only played Castlevania 1 on NES and a little bit of Simon's Quest. So I should probably do that this year. Witcher 3 new DLC. Yeah, there have been rumors of that. And also, I bet we get a Switch 2 edition of Witcher 3 this year. Chat, if you see anything I skipped, let me know. Control Resonant. I haven't played Control, so I feel like a fraud, but I would put that like here. What they showed of Control Resonant at the Game Awards looked awesome. More melee combat focused. I feel like Remedy, very trustworthy developer at this point. Danganronpa 2x2, no. Darwin's Paradox looks cool. This game got delayed. It was supposed to come out this year. This is a new Konami game. Very weird. Plays an octopus named Darwin. Control will be in the GOTY conversation for sure. Yeah, I mean, was Control nominated? I think Control was nominated, and then Alan Wake 2 was nominated, so Control Resonant. Very good odds that is nominated as well. Deltarune. Have not played Deltarune. Directive 8020 could be cool. That's the next Supermassive Dark Pictures game. My camera's stuck. Oh, no. Can you hear me? I'm trying to fix it. Camera, hello? Why are you doing this to me? We're back. Weird. It's probably like, well, I don't know. I have a very nice camera. I don't know why, but sometimes if I go live for this long or if I'm recording for a long time, it will just freeze eventually. I don't like that. I shouldn't be doing that. And if I'm gonna be streaming more, I gotta figure that out. Thank you for letting me know. What else we got? Yeah, probably overheating. I guess. I don't know. How is it hot? I'm feeling it. Yeah, it's really hot. That would probably do it. What's the best way to circumvent that? I'm not like a camera guy. There must be a way around it, right? Get a fan next to it. Fable. Not too excited for Fable, personally. I might check it out. Fallout 4 Anniversary. I'll check out on Switch too. Oh god, not Nintendine, please, no. Anything but that. Fire Emblem Fortunes Weave, that's definitely up there. I would put that right here. Although maybe below Elliot. I don't know. Elliot looks really cool. Fable gonna get canceled? Oh no, don't say that. After 8 million years in development. Okay, what is this? We're getting Gothic Classic, Gothic 2 Complete Classic, Gothic 3 Classic, and Gothic Remake next year? Huh? Excuse me? Lower resolution or FPS. Well, to be honest, the camera is still in 1440p. So, that's probably it's probably not helping, especially when I'm just a little box. I don't think I need all that, but Halo campaign evolved. No. Hollow Knight Switch 2 edition. No. Hyper Light Breaker. Didn't this get canceled? Any footage for Fable? There's like a very little amount of footage for Fable. Not much. Oh, Mina the Hollower, yeah. Yeah, we're just going through alphabetical order of stuff that doesn't have a date yet. Jacob. Just to kind of refresh ourselves. Inazuma 11 remake. I didn't play the new one that just came out. Indie on Switch 2, that'll be cool. King of Meat. Little Samson, the re-release of that from Limited Run. That's going to be funny. Lords of the Fallen 2, no interest there. From me, Marvel 1943, this game's never releasing. Well, this was supposed to come out like forever ago, I feel like, right? Oh, Orbitals. Yeah, Orbitals did look cool. I don't know if I put it on my most anticipated, but that game did look awesome at the Game Awards. Tokon. Very cool. I don't know that I would put that on my top 10 either. Wolverine, though. Wolverine, maybe. I'm a little tired of the Insomniac. Like, I'm just kind of... Like, they're doing so much good, but also, like, I don't know. Spider-Man 2, I thought was a pretty big disappointment. Not because the game's bad. It just didn't really do anything to move the needle for me. But I'll put Wolverine down here. Towards the bottom. Like, I'm going to play Wolverine. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. But I don't know. Which is funny because like I love the MCU. I'm still an MCU fan, but like the Marvel games specifically, I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm good. But also, I'm gonna play Wolverine and still probably have a great time. So, Mouse PI for hire. That game does look cool. Yeah, Mina the Hollower. Would that go in here? No. Mina will probably be great, but Yacht Club, they gotta prove it to me at this point. They've been taking their time. The wheel is turning where people are yearning for your Star Wars games. Watch Deadpool and Wolverine. That's a fun movie. It's looking JRPG light. Well, I know that there's at least one more JRPG to add to this list. We'll get to it in a second. Onimusha Way of the Sword. Here's the craziest thing. My top 3 are Capcom games, and I don't know if that's going to change. I think, like, Capcom, I made a video talking about Capcom in 2026. They have so much stuff coming out that looks so good. I wish I'd gotten a chance to play these two at PAX West. The lines were just way too long. I was lucky I went to Pragmata first. I got to play that, but I mean, I think these three, all three of these games look fantastic, and I think all three of them do have GOTY potential. We'll see, but I think they could all be in the conversation. Orbitals does look cool. Not a top 10er for me. Pokemon Champions, no. Gen 10, we're not going to put an unannounced game on the list. Because also then Pokemon's going to be on the list every year. So I'll skip that. Sands of Time remake. Eh. Professor Layton and the New World of Steam. That's fallen quite a bit. I'll put it here just like, for posterity, but I'm not someone who often is like, oh, they took too long and I'm less excited now. But I think Professor Layton, I'm just like, okay, just tell me when it's done. Tell me when I can buy it. you know, I know I'll like it. I'll have a good time with it, but I'm not like excited for it. But level 5's cooking. And Inazuma apparently is really good. Fantasy Life I was awesome. Megaton Musashi I liked. Like, I know that game's gonna be good. I'm just like, I've been so burned on their delays. It's hard to get excited for something from them. Rhythm Heaven Groove. I probably put, I slotted in a here. I think. Not just Rhythm Groove. Rhythm Hithem. Rhythm Hithem. Rhythm Hithem Groove. Plague Tale Legacy should be cool. I still need to play Requiem, but the first Plague Tale was a lot of fun. Bubsy 4D. I did play Bubsy 4D at PAX. It was cool. What else we got? Skate? Nah. South of Midnight? Nah. Star Wars Galactic Racer is Audie, you're a big Star Wars fan. Is this hot? Is this hype? Is this top tier hype? I didn't play episode 1 of Racer growing up. But I feel like this will be cool. I wonder when we'll see Deca Police. Was that 2024? They delayed it to 2026, right? So we should see Deca Police this year, right? In theory. I don't trust that, but I am excited for the Zero Company game. This is the Respawn Bit Reactor Tactics game, right? It just goes to the page. But the Star Wars Zero Company game does look cool. Steins Gate, Mario Wonder, Meat Boy 3D. I think there's a demo for this. I should try this out. I'm a huge Meat Boy fan. I don't like Meat Boy Forever, though. And, I mean, really anything Team Meat after the first game has not been great. But I hope this is cool. I hope this is good, and I'm excited for that. This is like the highlight for me of the Xbox show last year. Cosmic Invasion was really bad. Was it really? Meat Boy 3D was real good. Did you play it, Don? That could be a sleeper hit for me this year. Tomb Raider Legacy of Atlantis. I'll play it. I'm not a huge Tomb Raider guy. But this could be one I really end up enjoying. We'll see. Tomodachi Life. Okay, we're at another one now. Ooh, where does Tomodachi Life rank on this list? It's my most anticipated Nintendo game, but is it above these 3 Capcom games? I do not know. There's something about the energy of Capcom this year. I don't know. It's like that alone has me excited. I think I would put Tomodachi Life here. I will play Tomodachi Life more than all 3 of these games combined, probably. I'll play through these, beat them, and be done. But I don't know if it's like Goaty status. Yeah, Cosmic Invasion I thought looked cool, but it came out and then I didn't hear too much buzz about it. And we already had another one, Trails in the Sky, second chapter, that is extremely high up. In fact, ooh, this is interesting. Is it above Fire Emblem? I think it might be. It's right above or right below Fire Emblem. I really like Trails in the Sky first chapter. I think I'll put it below it. But I cannot wait for Trails second chapter this year. As a new Trails fan. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. Could easily end up being my top 3. I mean, this year it was top 4. just barely beaten out by Black Ops 7, But yeah, I'm excited for that. And I'm excited. I mean, it's so stupid to think this far ahead. I'm excited for them to remake the 3rd one. So that way I can just then play Azure and Zero and just move on because I don't want to play them on PC. I'm okay with playing the old games, the original versions. I just need to play them on PS5 or Switch, whatever is fine. I just don't want to play them on PC. Yeah, Trails first chapter is very good. It's a slow burn though. You got to really commit to it. It takes a little bit to get going, but once you're hooked, you're hooked. Do we think Level 5 will bring the Yokai Watch remake to the US? That'd be cool to see them go back and do. I don't see it happening though. They're such a weird company, dude. Ooh, Vampire Crawlers. This is the dungeon crawling vampire survivors game. This will be a lot of fun. I love Vampire Survivors. PC and Switch versions are the definitive. Okay, but consider this: the PS4 version has trophies. I gotta play it on PS4. I gotta get all the platinums. My plan is to platinum all the Trails games as I go through. Which I know I was already like doing some recon when I was playing Sky. I know it gets a little weird with like all the chests and stuff and like missables. Death Stranding 2 PC version. Audie, there's no way I have time to play Death Stranding this year. There's just no way. I gotta play Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. I'm gonna try and play Monster Hunter Stories 1 and 2 before 3 comes out. That alone takes up the first half of the year. Plus the new releases. Yoshi, probably not top 10. East Memoir will be cool. Tell me to play Death Stranding on Steam Deck? Absolutely not. That's a big TV game for the big cutscenes. Well, I think that's pretty much the list. I mean, I don't know what else is coming out. I hate when it does the yeah. Let me put this all on one page. So waiting on Switch 2 achievements. It's not happening, Darcy. I don't think. I would love that. I really, really would. How many games is this? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's probably fine. It's my top 10. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. This is only confirmed games for the year. This will probably change as soon as we get a Fire or a Nintendo Direct. Splatoon could be on this list, depending on when we see it. But yeah, it's gonna be a good year. Capcom cooking. Nintendo got some bangers in there. Trails, happy, excited about that. Elliot's gonna be fantastic. Saros, I have very high hopes for. Rhythm Heaven Groove and DQ7 reimagined. This one, I don't know. I don't know if it's quite top 10 most anticipated, but I feel like a fraud putting control there. All right, Don. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Fun chatting. And what direct would we see Kirby? I don't know if we're getting a Kirby game this year, Connor. Direct speculation started on Famby boards. Hello, Famby boards. I know there were some people saying, "Oh, I've been hearing things about a direct." I don't know if I trust these people, but I mean, it's time. It's January 1st. It's a new year. It's time to start talking about a direct. But yeah, I think I'm happy with this top 10 list. I think this is good. I think I'm excited for all these games very, very much. Especially this top 6 though. Top 7. You kind of fall off a little bit here, but not, I mean, even Saros looks awesome, and I mean, Rhythm Heaven's gonna be great. But like all of these, like is it 7 games, 6 games, 7 games? All 7 of these games could easily end up being like my favorite game of next year. So I have not played Dragon Quest X. I haven't played most mainline Dragon Quest games. I'm kind of newer to it. 11 was my first one. Played 1, 2, and 3 obviously through the remakes. And then a bunch of spinoffs, but I have not played 7. I've not played 8 before. I've not played 9. 4, 5, 6 I have not played, so I have a lot of Dragon Quest to catch up on. I am interested in DQ10. I've looked into like the patches and stuff before. I have the disc on Wii U, the Japanese import. Demonic Brawler, you cannot say Planet Robobot. Connor's gonna get you. you can't say we're getting Planet Robobot without Triple Deluxe. That's a sin. I guess now would be a good time to start talking about Nintendo Direct. It's January 1st. As is tradition, we must start getting excited about game announcements. When are we getting a Nintendo Direct? Usually, it would be February. I don't know about that though. Or at the very least, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like time and time again, we've gotten to this point in the year, beginning of the year. We move into February. We're like, okay, where's the Direct? And we've been disappointed by either no Direct at all or partner showcase. I feel like that's been the theme the past couple years. Because what? 2024 was partner showcase. Last year there was nothing until the end of March. 2023. What did 2023 have? Was there a full Direct in 2023? Yeah, there was. Yeah, because we got the trailer for Tears there. But it's been 2 years since we had a full Direct in February. We already have games dated through March with Pocopia. And this will not be a popular opinion, I think we're going to get a partner showcase in February. And I think they'll date a couple games on Twitter. And that'll lead us through to like maybe a March Direct or April Direct. I think we're going to wait a little bit. Because we don't need anything dated for March except for maybe Mario Wonder, which they can easily do on Twitter. Same thing with what do we even have in the list here? Yeah, Mario Wonder, Yoshi, and Tomodachi Life. Those can all be dated on Twitter. Duskbloods can be dated by From Software, maybe. Or actually, you know what? Duskbloods would be a great closer or even opener to a partner showcase. So Duskbloods in a partner showcase in February. You date these two on Twitter. Maybe Tomodachi Life as well. And then you're pretty much good. I don't feel the demand for a full fat Nintendo Direct right now. Honestly. I would love one, obviously, but I just don't think there's quite enough there to make me feel like we need one. Usually, it feels like we need a Nintendo Direct. We don't really need one right now. So I think we'll get a February partner showcase. Date us a lot of third-party games. Get a date for Duskbloods. And then March or April, maybe we get a full Direct. Or like a Direct Mini or something. I mean, they don't really do those anymore. And then June, we get something else. Because, yeah, if we get... Maybe you even swap Tomodachi Life and Duskbloods in the release dates here. And you do like a late April Nintendo Direct that dates games through like August or something. And then we get a June Direct that dates games through the rest of the year. And then September obviously shows more of those games, and then early 2027. I don't know. I'm not feeling the February Direct. Maybe that'll change. Maybe, I'm sure we'll talk about it. We'll cover it as things happen, as the rumors start popping up, and I'm sure they will very soon. But it just doesn't feel right. I mean, you could even do a Mario Day presentation. March 10th, you date Mario Wonder and Yoshi. And also the Mario Kart World DLC. There are other avenues than a full Nintendo Direct, I'm feeling. As much as I know no one wants to hear that. More need for an indie world. Yeah, I mean, I think like the third parties are what we're kind of waiting on, if anything. I mean, we were looking at this list of 2026 games. There's not much dated after May for third parties. Or not much even really announced for third parties. Like there's a lot that we still need to know from. I mean, Square Enix, we have no idea what's going on with them in the second half of the year. I guess Elliot would probably be in the summer at some point, so we need a date for that. Capcom, it seems like there might be something else for Mega Man next year, leading up to Dual Override. Curious if we see a Final Fantasy IX a remake remaster at a Nintendo Partner Direct. I don't know, man. Final Fantasy IX, like I feel like I need to stop talking about it. Like I keep jinxing it. It sounds like that game might be in trouble or something. Square Enix in general, I mean, they've clearly done a lot of restructuring. We know they have, and their output has very clearly demonstrated that. I mean, last year they only released old games. and remakes and stuff. And then Octopath Zero, you kind of count, but it's also a mobile game, kind of. Um, there wasn't anything like wholly original. And so far this year, it's just 7 remake on Switch and Xbox, and Dragon Quest 7, and then Elliot. That's a truly new game. Probably get Final Fantasy 14 on Switch 2 this year. Really think the next big game is 7 Part 3. I kind of agree. I think I agree. You know, I think Square Enix this year, we're going to see, well, what I mentioned, obviously. I bet in, let's say, February partner showcase, like I'm saying, you announce Rebirth for summer for Switch 2 and Xbox Series X and S. And then at some point in the summer, you announce Part 3, or maybe even at the Game Awards for early 2027. And then that's their next big game. I don't think Kingdom Hearts 4 is coming out before 7 Remake. I don't think there's any chance of that. Dragon Quest 12, we might see this year. It is the, 40th anniversary of Dragon Quest, so that could be. But I feel like 7 Remake Part 3 is their next big game. Early 2027. You get Rebirth multi-platform before then. Maybe even 16. Or, you know what I would love to see? This is a great partner showcase announcement. 13 Trilogy. What is going on with that? We need to get 13 Trilogy. It has to happen. I know they're backwards compatible on Xbox, but, like, let's be real. We need them on PlayStation and Switch. That'd be a great filler for them. Saying that they're struggling. To be honest, like, yes, that is a shame, but also, I mean, I'm loving their output right now. I know it's old stuff, but it's a lot of stuff that I have not played. So, like, Dragon Quest 7, that's going to be my first experience with that. 1 and 2, obviously, last year. Tactics. I'm loving their output right now. It is just old games, though. So I can understand people not being super into it. 15 could also come to Switch, too. Yeah, Final Fantasy 15 would be nice. We don't have to live with the Pocket Edition anymore on Switch. Need to play Final Fantasy 8. I've also not played Final Fantasy 8. There's a handful of Final Fantasies I have not played. I have not played 4, 5, or 6. I know, that's bad. I gotta play 6. I've not played 8, and I've not played 12. But everything else I'm pretty well versed in. I played 9 for the first time in 2024. Dude, 9 is so good. Does Square treat Final Fantasy 13 like Sega treats Sonic 06? Well, they made it backwards compatible on Xbox. I think it'll happen. It's just a matter of timing. And I honestly, if they're doing all this restructuring and they need something to pad out their lineup, I think Final Fantasy 13 this year could really make sense. Because it's not like those games sold poorly, or at least not the first one anyway. How about Final Fantasy 13 sales? That game sold like super well, right? 7 million copies. Entire trilogy sold a combined 11 million units. Like, yeah, critically they were a little iffy, but I think you re-release 13 in a post-7 remake world, people really think differently about those games. They already kind of have a little cult following of people that love them. I do love 13 too, especially. I think they would be treated differently now. Especially under the context of, like, okay, it's just a remaster of this older game. It's not like the next mainline thing. Yeah, Lightning Returns. Well, that Lightning Returns also came out, like, after the PS4 for some reason. Like, that was like a very late PS3 and 360 release, I remember. Which was weird. Let's see. Switch 2 is taking off, but they need to keep up the momentum. Skipping the February Direct will not do that. Trust me, they are doing a February Direct either February 12th, 18th, or 19th. Yeah, I agree. They're doing a partner showcase. And then on Twitter, we'll get like a Mario Tennis Fever overview trailer. Pokopia, Pokemon Day, of course, will be huge. Huge bump in hype for them with Gen 10 announcements and probably some other stuff from Pokemon and Game Freak and Pokemon Company. Partner showcase would have Duskbloods in it, and I mean, you know, they can bend the rules. They can just show something else there that is more first party aligned. Of all years, this is the year where a February Direct feels the least necessary, if I'm being honest. We know so much. We never know as much as we do right now going into a year. So I would love to be wrong, but I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Probably get some sort of Mario movie direct in like March, right? I guess that could be a Mario Day presentation. I hope they don't do a direct on the days I work, which is Wednesday and Thursday. Connor, I have bad news for you. Those are the days they always do directs. Those are the days. Splatoon Raiders info. Yeah, that game's weird. The way they announced it is just so odd. They didn't need to do all that. So yeah, I'm feeling February partner showcase, maybe an April direct, June direct, and then follow the same template. September they've been pretty consistent, and I guess they didn't do one in 2024, but we all knew the Switch 2 was coming at that point, and we got a September direct last year. And then what we got? Well, I guess we also didn't get a June direct last year, but that was also weird because of the Switch 2. We got a partner showcase in July last year. It's hard to predict. It used to be more concrete, like okay, February or January, June, September. Now they've kind of been all over the place. I hope they make it back to like a more concrete schedule, but I don't know. Is Nate the Hate unreliable for games? I feel like that's not true. I mean, he was definitely wrong about Kirby coming out last year. But like generally speaking, I feel like that guy's right. Mario Kart World DLC in 2026 or update. Yeah, I think we'll finally get our big old paid update for Mario Kart World. No, he's not. Connor, you gotta chill, bro. Nate is extremely reliable, especially when it comes to ports. Like all those Xbox ports and everything. Looking forward to December results to see Metroid Prime 4 sales. Yeah, I am excited for that. That's what? That'll be beginning of February we see the holiday numbers. I have no like I feel like Prime 4 didn't do all that well. Same thing with Kirby Air Riders. I don't think really lit the world on fire. Hyrule Warriors, I think Koei Tecmo just said in their financials was like a hit. Like by their internal metrics, they were happy with how it did. Does that mean 1 million units sold? Probably, probably maybe 1 million for Hyrule Warriors, and then I would assume Prime 4 and Kirby are above that because it's a Warriors game. But also it's a Zelda game, so I don't know. Kirby's on track to outsell DK Bonanza in Japan. Oh yeah, it is doing really well in Japan, isn't it? Did you read the Famitsu Metroid Prime 4 interview? Is that the one where they talk about like using parts of the original Bandai Namco Singapore version of the game or whatever? I didn't read the full thing. Less than 3 million. Oh, Prime 4 is definitely not over 3 million. There's no way. I would think optimistically 2 million for that game. I like that game made no movement. No one talked about it. I don't think it being on Switch 1 really helped it in any way, to be honest, because people weren't buying Switch 1 games anymore, even when it was like, bigger franchises. All right, have a good night, Mr. Leprechaun. Thanks for hanging out. They basically admitted they didn't have a hit but couldn't restart again. Yeah. I think Retro will get their chance to make Prime 5. I think it'll be a much better game than Prime 4. I have faith in that. They were always kind of fighting a losing battle with Prime 4, having to take over development and everything. Prime 4 is so mediocre. Yeah. Yeah, it really is, isn't it? I know there are some Prime fans that are really happy with it, and I'm very happy for them. But I feel like the consensus is definitely that it's not the best. We don't need to make a bet, Connor. We don't need to do all that. I could see it being a Planet Robobot and Triple Deluxe double pack. I could also see it just being Triple Deluxe by itself. I could also see it being Planet Robobot by itself. Plans do change. Prime 4 will likely sell 4 million by the end of the year. Dread sold 3 million. I don't think there's a chance. Like, I think Lifetime, it'll outsell Dread probably, but I don't think it's there yet. And yeah, we look at like the Famitsu sales for Prime 4, but those games never sell well in Japan. The real test will be the US sales, which we don't have yet. I guess we'll see Circana number. Oh, wait, no, they don't report digital. Well, I guess the physical for Prime 4 could still chart. Oh, end of 2026. Okay. that that makes it much more, but like, reasonable. Shout out March 10th. Why are we shouting out March 10th? What? I mean, shout out to Audie's birthday. Oh, Mario Day. Are you Mario? New report that the iPhone 18 won't come out there. I did not see that. Is that true? The RAM shortages are crazy. I am expecting that Switch 2 price increase very soon, probably in the first year. Oh, poor Devin Pritchard, the new president. She's coming in as president. They're gonna raise the price of the Switch 2 almost certainly, right? But yeah, one retro. I think they're gonna do Prime 5. I think it's gonna be a lot better. They'll have a more concrete vision for it. I just hope it doesn't take so long to come out. Maybe 28, 2028, reasonable time frame. 3 years, probably 29, I guess. Prime 4 had very little marketing, and Nintendo clearly knew it was not good. Yeah, I don't know if I buy into that. I mean, it didn't get its own direct, but they did like. I mean, they had like preview events for it. What do you think would be the first only developed one in 4 Switch 2 game? Hmm, that's hard because like, would it be 3D Mario, or would there have been some iteration of that was on Switch 1? We know Pokemon at some point was developed for Switch 1. Luigi's Mansion 4, I would assume, started on Switch 1. Um, yeah, I guess Air Riders probably technically was. But like, we're gonna get that ass developer interview for that next 3D Mario, and they're gonna be like, "Yeah, we were playing around with ideas back in 2018 after Odyssey came out," and people are gonna freak out, being like, "Oh my gosh, it was a Switch One game. They're supporting Switch One games for $80 or whatever." Um, I don't think it really matters. You know, like Bonanza could not have existed on Switch One. It can barely exist on Switch Two with that frame rate. Jeez, that final boss fight, Lord. Can we do predictions for what the controversies for Pokemon Gen 10 will be? Well, it's gonna be $80. I think we can lock in $80 for Gen 10 each version. Not gonna have national decks. It's all the same controversies though, right? Like no national decks. You're gonna have to pay for Switch Online to get access to a new mythical Pokemon. I mean, it really just writes itself. But yeah, real brawls. 80 USD for Pokemon. That's gonna be the big one. Voice acting? No, I don't think so. I think it's just gonna be a bigger open world, more fleshed out, realized version of what Scarlet and Violet is. Um, which, if they can get rid of the technical issues, yeah, there's gonna be some weirdness with the awkward cutscenes, and there's Pokemon's weird, but also it's still a lot of fun. Scarlet and Violet without the tech issues is really fun, but those tech issues, man, that game released completely unfinished. I still haven't tried out the Switch 2 patch really for that. Are there files from the Terra leak that show voice acting? Okay. That's almost scarier though. Like I don't know if I trust Pokemon Company doing full voice acting. I feel like that's it's a little scary. I mean, we've seen like even Pauline and Bonanza. Like I thought it was fine, but a lot of people really don't like it, and that's very limited voice acting. Switch to patch for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, very good. Yeah, Rebirth needs to be announced very soon after the remake. I think it'll be announced in February. Whatever that direct is, be that a partner showcase, be that a full, we'll see it there. Yeah, I like Pauline too. I think that, but I definitely saw a lot of people being like, "This is horrible voice acting." Nintendo's aversion to voice acting. Yeah, like I wonder, will the next 3D Zelda game have it? Partner loves 13. Nice. Surprised you didn't predict any Luigi's Mansion or 3D Curve. Are you talking about in my video? Earlier in the stream, we did go over like what I think will come out for the full lineup this year, and Luigi's Mansion 4 is on that list. 3D Kirby though, I think that's 2027. Let Hal cook. We just got Forgotten Land. I think it'll be a little bit longer for that. Not every game needs voice acting. I agree, but I think there's like Prime 4 should have had voice acting for Samus. Well, it's just, Nintendo's just so weird about it. Like, oh, Samus needs to be completely quiet. Like, no, she doesn't. She could have said a couple things in that game. But yeah, I wonder if Link will talk in the next Zelda game. I mean, we're gonna have the movie at that point. Maybe it'll kind of like break the dam open a little bit. People will be more open to it. 2027 for 3D Mario. I guess it just depends on how much of like a side team Bonanza was playing Woolly World on my Steam Deck. Woolly World's awesome. Although I do think I like Crafted World more. I haven't replayed either of them in a long time though. Man, like I'm always happy for new game over an old game. Always. But I kind of would have preferred Woolly World than Mysterious Book. Dude, Connor's gonna miss the Kirby announcements because of work. No, Connor, you're gonna miss it at the direct. You can't miss the Kirby Planet Robobot announcement. Kirby's 35th anniversary in 27. Yeah, I think we'll get Forgotten Land 2 that year. Probably announced in September. You letting a cat in? Olivia has lit a cat in. Furion? No, I was just sitting at the door. Kirby game will be announced on Nintendo Today on a random Tuesday. 2026. Can we leave Nintendo Today in the past? Can we just forget that happened? Monolith Soft working on Oot remake. I mean, I guess they almost has to be them, right? Like, who else would do it? I don't know. I just don't know who else would be doing Ocarina. It could be the core 3D Zelda team. That seems like a massive waste of energy from them, in my opinion. Nothing against Ocarina. I love Ocarina of Time, but like, I feel like they shouldn't be doing a remake. Monolith Soft, I would much prefer if they're just doing their own things. Grezzo, it could be Grezzo, but Echoes of Wisdom just came out. That's why I believe Ocarina remake will happen. It's logical. It would sell very well. I just don't know who's doing it and who would be doing it to the point where it'd be ready this year. It just seems a little too good to be true, I guess. All right, see ya, Adi. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, we'll be ending up the stream here soon anyway. I gotta get some video stuff done for tomorrow. Scared of Ocarina remake being mid. Oh yeah, I mean, dude, it doesn't matter if Ocarina remake's a 10 out of 10. People are gonna rip that thing to shreds. Can always be a new developer. That's even scarier. I feel like I don't know who could really do it. Forever Entertainment. Let's get Forever Entertainment on it after the great Country Returns HD. Where did this Ocarina of Time remake talk come from? I mean, I've been talking about it for a long time. Like, I think the first time I made a video on Ocarina of Time was 2020. And how after Skyward Sword, that just kind of made sense. I guess that'd be 2021 then. There's no concrete rumors. People reading into what Aonuma says in interviews. And just logically, they've done all the 3D games. I guess technically they need to do Twilight Princess again. But otherwise, if they want to have a more traditional 3D Zelda game, people that don't like Breath of the Wild and Tears, they can try it out. Ocarina, one of the best-selling Zelda games. It just makes a lot of sense. Forever Entertainment is the GOAT of trash remasters. Yeah, they're not good. Next step for Zelda is remakes, reimagining, kind of like 7 remake. Oh, that's such a slippery slope. Like, Ocarina is so sacred. You cannot change what Ocarina is, but also if you're fully remaking it, you kind of have to. Wind Waker would be awesome to see remade like that, and they can fix up the ending a little bit, the final quest. I mean, I guess they kind of already did with Wind Waker HD, but that game's whole thing was cut content. They could finally do that. Proper 3D sequel to Wind Waker. I mean, that'd be awesome. What if Nintendo just started making more GameCube games? We got Kirby Air Riders last year. We got Prime 4, frankly, another GameCube game. Very, very GameCube feeling game. Let's get Wind Waker 2. Let's get a Mario Sunshine sequel. Let's do what are some other, let's get another good Luigi's Mansion game. What are some other a new Wave Race? Bring back the good Mario sports games. Eternal Darkness 2. New Wario World. J. Arthur. Not even Land. We gotta get Wario World. Wario Land, I actually do think will come back though. Like that feels like that makes sense. I hope we see that before the next WarioWare. We got 2 WarioWare games very back to back, and that I didn't like that. Yeah, Star Fox, F-Zero. We're doing GameCube 2 this year. Bring it all back. It's saying I have a notification on Twitter, but it won't show me what it is. Geist. Yeah, what's the Odama? Get a new Odama. Let's bring back everything. Doshin the Giant, lock it in. A Kuberin Squash sequel. I feel like I'm forgetting some other. We'll get some more Pokemon console RPGs like that. Path of Radiance 2. Not even talking about Radiant Dawn. We're just gonna get Path of Radiance 2. Thinking about getting Get It Together, but I don't want to spend 50 on it. Thoughts? Yeah, 50 is kind of rough. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Get It Together. I like Get It Together more than Move It. Two years ago, Christopher Drink said he knew of 3 studios working on Nintendo IP, 3 studios Nintendo had previously never worked with. Did you see that story? I don't remember that. Christopher Drang is, I feel like he's kind of hit or miss. Have we seen any in that time? Ask Clovers to make a new Beautiful Joe. I could see that. After we get Okami, I think they might do a new Beautiful Joe. I mean, it seems like this Bloober Team Project M thing, that's not a Nintendo IP because they specifically reference like how they're kind of channeling Eternal Darkness with it. Yeah, Choir with Mario and Luigi Brothership. They hadn't worked with Forever Entertainment at that point either, I don't think. So we get one more in there, and that's really it. Big Red Button. They did the free updates for Switch 2 games. So that could be one of them. I don't know if we can read too much into it, you know. But I do think over the next couple of years we're going to see more and more studios that we have never seen work with Nintendo working with them just because games are taking way longer to make. They're doing all these Switch 2 ports. Let their actual studios make new games, have these other teams doing remasters and remakes. It just makes sense. All right, chat. I think we're gonna end it there. I'm slurring my words together. I will be streaming on Saturday. I'm gonna be streaming Resident Evil 4 Remake for the first time. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Thank you all for hanging out, talking Nintendo with me. Always fun to look ahead into the new year. I hope you guys had a happy new year. I am going to go work on some video stuff and then probably watch a movie. I don't know what movie yet. I'll have to scroll Netflix, I suppose. But until next time, folks, thanks for hanging out. Bye bye. Ending stream now. Happy New Year. Have a good one. Farewell. How do I stop streaming?